安西你看雷公店。
That was good. That was a good one.
地方我感觉路过买啊，你讲看在地我加倍经验加倍哦。我买啊，无公司啊，我等你，你干嘛？我10年过落去安尼，较过不卡。
Let's hit this south thing first and then come back. Honestly, we can come back to the and he's following me.
我
Oh, that's that one. That one. Oh, give it. I need you guys though, because I didn't level up and now I'm just... Oh, wait, hold on. I'll come back to this. I'll come to you first. Look at us! Mine's almost not okay. Okay, there it is, there it is, I see it. Oh, 뭐야.
我知道。
いやでもみんな正直さ、今日6面クリアできると思ってなかったですよ、私が。これ4、降りなきゃ降りたんだね、落ちたんだよ。勘違いしないで、私が降りてたんですよ。あれはね、落ちたんだよ。概要欄を。いや楽勝だと思った決勝はThank you。私がプロの人だと思った人もそれでもいいと思う。全く。Yeah, there should be grease around. I see the yellow light. And towards blue symbol. For people. What? Wait, where did it go? What? Oh, I see. Oh, there you go. Come on. Oh, this might be a little difficult. Let's get up there. adventurous voices in my head. Okay, hit the body, not the leg. Easy for you to say. Okay, ads are done. Now we're gonna hit the body. Oh! I hit the body! Nice! Oh, yeah. Hitting the boss. I'm down. But the spiders are helping me.
준비요. 3, 搞定。
Rara, can you shoot me at all? Yes. Thank you. You can lock onto her, Rara.
Yes, wait, I'm trying to find a way. Oh.
Nice. Almost there.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Nice. Okay. There's so many spiders.
I know.
我應該是來跟你講幾點名。領隊穿是對吧？領隊穿是重點。
Okay, I'm just gonna bump good at you too. Ah! Kill all the spiders! At least.
We're almost there.
Almost.
Oh my god, I see it.
I got it! Oh! Get it! Yeah!
然後你買。
And then...
你揸我贏，focus。你揸我贏。
Now where should we go? Church down here. Okay. And then go straight to crater. Okay. Ooh. We go through already? Oh, I mean technically yes. I guess we could have gone into the breeze on the way, so it could have been fine. Yeah, we can get a head start. I think that's how that is. That's fine. Okay, and then my dad. Okay, where we going?
You will pinch.
I want to run through this. Oh no, we already have that one. That was already good. Yeah. Wait, should we do the jail? This jail right here. Oh yeah, we can try to find the jail.
No, I think my half-brother is
Hopefully the tree is not there. Yeah, hopefully. We might not be able to do the tree.
两。
Was it this one? I don't remember. Oh well, let's just go to prayer then. Maybe. Oh, wait, we might be able to do this. Oh, that's kind of okay. Might as well. Yeah, this one's doable.
靠腰，我冇敢講聲呢。靠腰，冇敢講聲呢。因為我都知你間橋先咧，橋飛會嚟。我講了，係啊，登記幫我處理一下嘛，錢我開好伊嘛。干嚟啦！記得啊！我將我產品開好伊啊。
I love to be a magic girl. He's a magic girl. Oh, there is a mine here. Want to do it? Okay. Does my starting weapon have
Always time wins. Still gotta stop.
I don't know.
咁多年咧開嚟嚟試喎，好多開嚟嚟試。
Hello.
一跑高公里嘅人家生黃幾來啦，生黃。你叫幫你亂嘅啊？講路嘅啲通咪係啊。
Oi.
電腦嗰度。我叫你乜嘢亂啊？
I might die. I'm gonna die soon. I'm gonna die very soon. I'm dead. Get Oh no. Oh dear. Where are you an ally? I have some. You gotta go. I don't think I can. Well, maybe I can really fast.
三分甜，
Fast, really fast. Where's the
微
money?
调。
Might as well try.
I think you got you still got time.
加鎖嗰個色咧，總有收條嘅。
Oh, but you died by an enemy last time.
Yeah, I see it.
我收條係特別容易啲啊。
I don't think it's no. Never mind.
Like,
看你個腳咧，腳看有什麼物件，什麼故事。
Oh yeah, I'll take Rara. You know where I'm here. Keep running. Keep running.
掉。
你用頭腦，我係我用頭。
Oh, I think I'm here. Oh no, oh strong. Thank you. Really strong. You hit me. Yes. Yes. Okay, nice.
My mom.
Okay.
My mom is also No, I
睇電目金，你睇金，嗱金地。
Yeah.
We're selling her other one. But she's like, she doesn't need it.
Nice, nice. Get it, get it, get it. No, no. Frozen. Almost, almost. Yeah. Whoa. None of these have stars.
我都不知道这里啊。所以没得
None of them have we should go up and get the top. Okay.
OK。
I actually don't mind spoiling myself.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I don't know. I think it's because like I haven't really spent all of my
Ooh. Oh, someone take this talisman right here. This one that I just dropped.
都係諗到可能啊，呢個比較唔強咯。
I already have it.
Okay, and we can do it?
Yeah, you can take it. There should be more stuff. Oh, it's here actually. Okay. I don't know. Oh, watch out, watch out, watch out. Ooh. Well, since we don't have time, we should probably just hit up this one church. Maybe, yeah, we should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good idea. Oh, there's a merchant guy
有
here.
法師，
哦
有法師就是用我隻法師名，以為係咪都冇法師嘛？我唔知啊，我唔知即係啲龍溜嚟話，龍行住咁點嗎？
哇！好玩。
係啊，你小號咪佢都係佢出啲啊，冇俾人安就。
哦。
Okay, there's a jumping pad
啊，
here.
我係好狼法師喎，佢見到係嚟自一法師啊。我準備衝啊！攞到。
Oh, I forgot the Titans. Right outside the castle. Yeah, right outside the castle. He's sitting down by a bonfire.
Okay.
There's a gargoyle boss at the bottom here. I don't know if it's worth it or not. Probably
อันนี้
not.
อันนี้
Circle
叔叔
folded.
นั่น
Yeah.
พี่ว่า干哥，我脚嘛，
One might be kind of kitty with kind of low level. Yeah.
อันนี้ไหนอันนี้
Oh, there's a merchant at the church too. Shipboard bird?
是多买的，
Probably just save
呢
them
度
route.
我哋講公園啊，
Okay.
呢跟住我咗以前都會晒，
嗯，
我就我哋拍。
Oh, you made it!
係啊，
Oh, I see it. Okay.
拍我係有錢啊，喺唔識先，非常痛。
怕咱咧排个部分做天，所以
We can
yeah.
move on.
So we can get the Demi.
Yeah, let's go get the demi guy just for some a little bit more.
I have my own question if you see that.
还有几个一起配的，他跟你同意换
And it'll also give us race.
What do I get myself? Fidget spinner.
我要这样吧。
Oh wait, guys, didn't want to use the fence. Come down. Uh-oh.
马雷拉某吗？
Oh, nice.
Ooh, big jam. Nice.
Never mind.
What? Oh. This level is ouchies.
It's okay, we refilled our flask.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of underleveled.
It's okay.
Just to understand better, like, it is better to go to the final boss
I'm
fight
gonna grab
about
a
like
weapon.
level
上
3.
起来这会一样。
Ideally, you would be more than 10, like 12, 13.
我看你公演包哦，你又贵那拢会怕哟，会怕
It's
哟。
okay.
而家已經冇本地咯。哦
已經怕咧。
哦。
I can't really use those textbooks anyway, so it takes much damage.
哦。那你像这种怕？啊，越教公平，所以观众。
Backstab.
Backstab. Okay. One more. Gathering touch from the sky.
我拜。
我跟你講啊，你就可能怕。
Okay, boss, come up so I can attack with all my guys. Oh! Okay. Sure.
可以攻他，我賣嘛。
I've dealt with dragons before. Oh, using a dragon thing.
Yeah, dragon burn! Dragon! Ow. Oh, guys.
你咪以前佢當面行我怕。
Thank you. I need to stay ranged, I think.
我中一嘢一邊到啊，眼轉到打不死啊！
Ow!
If stop missing! Angles?
如果有我那個多一個分數，我唔會到。你想講我會唔會順利啊？你對唔對啊？有啲埋晒，因為有個你民主自由都係到啊。
What to do it? I don't like it.
Oh,
咁本田我會緊啲啊，嗰陣新本田我掛幾隻怕艾倫將軍啊。伊我到我感覺佢，我感覺佢了一條嘅拍牌了，衝結束，幾個月可以。我係講，原來睇邊間睇就會係啊。
Ooh, nice dodge. Ooh, I
oh, now it's doing dragon stuff. Classic dragon stuff.
Dragon doing dragon stuff.
Just
我睇過呢個歌都係權威呢嚟個歌呢個歌嚟喎。誒，波呢個波嘅，誒冇第日波啊！
放下條毛溝嘅，
Yeah, I have like no HP.
差唔多期。
Magic spell.
你跑到前邊等下冇我喺左邊。
Come on, dragon.
啊，干哥刚好跟干哥跟第二了。
Get out of it. Yeah, maybe I'll just use my mana. I wait for people. I'm crawling to you.
Oh my god! I have my own too, and I don't me enough to get used to. Okay.
Ah, nice.
我高的高趴，99.0，99.0。
你们比较高。
我发图啊嘛，
好，北林港无平的
马路，他们嘛，他们被挖，
那边。
Let's go!
Udah, penting kok.
Oh, this one. Oh boy.
Oh wait. Hold on.
What?
What? No. Round 2. I mean, wait. It means we can
Get more.
wait. We got all our stuff.
We can get more runes. That's good.
Oh,
Hold on. Get distract. Okay.
I'm not thinking. Dude, we got all our classes back at least.
Oh, that does a lot of damage. Okay, nice.
Careful, Rara, come back in.
Yeah. I'm okay. Nice.
You think the hippo will come? Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Why did you ask that?
Wake up the devil.
Hey, look at me, buddy! Look at me! Alright, there we go. Nice! Ah! Nice! Okay, hippo!
Hippo time. Nice ult. Oh, At least we'll be level 10-ish.
Yeah. Hopefully that's 2 levels.
Double boss. Level 10. What?
Yay, level 10 at least. I'm level 11. Nice. Ina, how much money do you have?
1,900.
Thank you. What's your name? What's the best class?
Qua đây chuyện này nha, coi gì chứ?
Đi con hoa cà phê.
Đây.
I don't know if it vlogs often. Oh well. Alright, let's go.
看到无穿咧破啊，因为看到本身
I have a auto.
我材料尔。
Okay, that's okay. No, I guess it's on everyone.
Hey, do you need a marble stone? I have medium stone.
Stone?
Yeah, I have like marble stone.
This is perfect. This is someone. If you have anything you need to upgrade, I feel like you do more damage.
What's your body?
Go pick up my flask. I'll pick it up soon. Yogurt. There's more damage like you.
I will take it. I'm not a bata.
And I'll just do this.
Well, Black Flame is HP percent, Lightning Spirit is attack. That's what the voice is saying.
Ah. Like point the percent.
That's what we get.
Alright, awesome.
I will just wait for you.
Is this class?
Yes. I'm pretty sure. Now I'm thinking if I did or not, and now I don't know.
Like when you get out of the house,
Did I-
close
did I-
the garage door or did I not?
Did I leave the stove on? Is my refrigerator door still open? I don't know.
Our client, self-care.
Same frames.
It's okay.
Yeah, use lag dodge.
Yeah, you get to play up before the game on 7 yes. That sounded like a jet.
Those were the days. Why always me first?
应该是的。结尾哦，哇！这样它
Brain lag.
Stop missing!
其他选项，他来耶，是攻击伤害哦。
Like how half the fight I'm just running trying to hit it.
No, friend! No, come back!
What is it aiming at?
我买呀，他
Come back, let me hit you.
对，明天你要一定走，一定走，一定走。
你多一点就跑的。哎，
No! Let go! Let go! Let go! Oh no, people! No!
Here, I'll your team.
Alright.
Don't just come to me.
你了。
Thanks.
Oh, and the crit. Let's go.
Nice. I'm gonna get Rattle while you crit.
那吉利风。
Okay, we're good.
这么装。好绿的。麻烦一下。 有啊，还有。有啊，伊向点会呢。
Oh, your squeaks of fear are very, very cute, though. Nice poison, nice poison!
Let's go!
It's doing things! Run! Back up! Hold on, I'm gonna save my ults just in case.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
其實即擺目前我甲人當機來講，
You will use it now!
但是，就是你若有兩隻騎士我，等你我就會我驚輪槍。不要回我嗎？
I'm trying!
你拄只講迄個做傷害迄我300多。
Oh, it's doing it! Hit it! Where is it?
咱黑长者先來，我記得。就係迄度。
I got my ult.
Back up! Nice!
好啊。阿姨在教你。快咯！不要緊，我來偷波。
Okay. Calm.
應該說我們不知道你沒有聖劍的狀態，那我如果跟你反，你馬都出現。
Oh, do it!
你要打111就好。
I'm only 1/4, so I should be fine. I should get up fast. Nice, run! Go for it, Ina! I have the res, I have my automatic res, hopefully.
It doesn't trigger until everyone's dead. Oh, careful, dodge first. It's okay, maybe.
I should get up. Okay, I'm up.
Okay. I got some time.
I almost have it.
Don't worry.
Just live.
Out. Oh, careful.
哥，你花大概先帮我搞着，帮我帮圣洁我花到等一次。
Was a little rough.
A bit.
Was a good run though.
Yeah.
Nice, it was fine.
我来这里。
I think I feel like I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get it next time. Good.
哥，你别误会啊。
I think that's good enough for me today.
Okay.
I mean, we at least got you the double.
你看你前面有高了吧？
We're so close to getting together. I think we just need
上海
to
打掉啊！
pass a little
我
bit.
放进
More
来。
experience.
妈，这个包带。
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Bibu is gonna keep playing if that's okay.
爱圣洁，爱花。
Thank you.
帮我圣洁。
Until make my exit. Goodbye.
Wow.
哦，没有把去把那个。
Okay.
我给你往另外了。
Have a tattoo. We're gonna need one of you to carry then.
哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦哎呦！
Alright.
我个手不一样。
我给你干多快点。
I'm not gonna make it so.
OK，我帮你放。
Now we're gonna do great. Oh, you can make a new password. Okay, I'll make a new password.
你给我圣洁好。
Pebbles, Teddy, I summon you. Which one? This one?
啊，不啦。
This one? Which one? Multiplayer? Or multiplayer? Okay. The password is People number one.
My mom.
Oh, she's flying. I can see Wawa.
那个挺好的呀。你讲起码吗？
Hey, get over here. Come closer to me. There you go.
People, how do you spell your pass?
You know what? It's people tax their tax. Password. Hold on. You know, I'll make it easier. All lowercase, people tax. Everyone gets people tax.
Why am I such a big cat?
Because you're a big cat. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. No.
You want me to leave?
Yeah.
这么没过来呀？
win. Ready up, Rara. You're winning because I'm on your lap. And I'm winning because I'm on your lap. Yeah.
It's a win-win situation.
Win-win. Yes, ready up. We're doing keeping more in here. Okay. I really should have ordered that coffee earlier, but oh well.
I'm good because like I got coffee and lasted for the whole stream.
Nice. Who is this? Who is this? Who are you? Who are you? We're playing Archer. We have no tank. Okay, amazing. Okay, Matthias. We're counting on you.
Let's go.
Whee! Iron Eye is all you need? Okay, I believe you.
I want you to find better weapons this time.
My summon will tank. Yeah, my summon will tank. I will tank.
I really like this summon. I want to try.
Okay, I wonder, are you try hard? Please, are you gonna ping for us? I think we should go to church.
Okay. I follow you people. I'm not an expert yet. I still know what to do. But I assume like from my understanding, the flow is turn
Yeah.
or like place where you can drop halfway. Oh no.
Oh, he pinged, maybe. Okay, yes, I agree with you. Let's go.
我當見你嘅點，我隨便我叫你做我冇咩意。
I forgot to level this one.
一直少年男，我叫佢個冇咩。
Okay, we're following you. Let's go.
合理。
Nice job. Into the hole. I need these. Alright.
Are we going to? Do we have to loot everything?
No. What is what you need?
Oh yeah.
電影嘅嘢名叫做七情四。
Okay, I am thinking maybe our friend is good.
It's not in a range weapon either.
Yours a range. Well, yours is a magic weapon.
我叫打電視啊！
Oh, they pinged. Okay, let's follow them. Yes.
我已經把林寶啲情緒電視。
Okay, follow the red ping. We're getting carried.
我了解啊。
Fishing is not boring. Fishing is awesome. I love fishing. And you don't understand how devastated it was that I was like I had so much fun.
Oh, he pinged again. He's so fast. Look at him go.
Just pretending I don't know where I'm going.
I did not level that. Oh yeah, we're doing this camp. Okay, we're doing this camp, Rara.
Oh god.
I think. No, we're doing the jail. We're doing the jail. We're doing the jail. You want to do the jail? We're doing the jail, right? Is this what you're saying? Are you doing the jail?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
表演慢跑，要不是我跑的哦。
I'm going to go.
我跑了。
That's fun. Wait, my
这
goodness!
一套是到底任务？
木乃伊呢？
到底是任务？
I'm fine. I'm
我喺我唔
fine.
知，我應該木乃伊，我未見到伊隻。
Easy. Oh. Okay. Is the second one worth it? Is it worth it?
What should I get, Pink? Yeah, what should I
No. I'm getting 20k. Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, yes. Friend, we will go here. Okay. Now, Rara, no matter what, just follow the red mark. Let the red mark guide you.
我要把你破的。
What the? That's crazy! Okay, where's the other guy? Where's the other guy? Where is he? Where is he? Go find him, go! Nice! Where's the grace? There it is. Let's go get the grace. Okay. Where are you pinging, bro? Ah!
We take the red one away, right?
I don't need that. Yeah, follow the red marker.
Thank you for waiting for me for the starlight. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, we're going down here. Okay. Whee! Rude bear. Oh, where we are, Laura? It's not a hole. It's
Ah, okay. Never mind.
Pebble friend! Oh my gosh, you're the goat! I will assist.
There I am. I'm on my way to the party.
Nice! Nice! Nice!
chuẩn bị cái súng bắn à? Chúng nó dùng này hạt bắn ra tôi dùng mà.
What's catch flame? Is catch flame better than what I have? Or should I get everything? Wait, where's he pinging? Follow the ping! What? It's okay, I'm fine. It's go.
Chuyện ta đi chơi dùng mà mua chỉ để ngủ trên mua nó
There's a big bear here.
It's okay, ignore it.
Okay.
passive. Okay, where is the place? Ah. We're already level 7. This is insane. Let's go. Follow the red pig. Why is this contraption on? How do you unlock these? What?
我會都俾破壞，反而係推完。
咱人工智是不是爆機啊？沒有，沒有。
Five crystals? Oh!
如果用嗰台機有啲嘅，我真係真係唔知派啊！
None of these are good for me.
Oh, there's so much stuff I need.
I'll give one of these to Laura. Alright. Laura, come to Bijou. Actually, go up there first.
所以這唔係腳腳唔掉啦。
Okay, hold on. Take this weapon. Okay. Follow up the pig. Oh, he's already in there. He already beat the boss. Okay, we're going to the tree.
Wait, I need to get the boss reward.
It's
Okay, I'm confused.
Oh yeah.
快啲嘢，我講拍下支咪杯㗎，你咩杯？差唔多啦，加啲如果
你嚟我邊啊？會嚟我邊啊？紅條啊！
Yeah.
呢度啦，喺呢度啦，
嗰啲講咩行緊咁乜緊打？
看見小朋友多。
Yeah.
又講多啊！
Yeah, boss time now.
呢度。
Oh, I hate
打到
gargoyles.
時我哋剛剛幹，因為我關跟幹好飛，
娃娃拍到有飛。如果講佢，我需要佢啦。
Why is it always me?
跟住我同你講，呢度嗱，等呢度不過。先得嘅，俾不過，點解啊？係。啊，喺呢度咧就得。那來就來熱線，沒有發現。
破面，我破掉了。
你怕拉咪哦？
伊路啦，伊路啥？伊是滚级咧，一直讲戇咧，拢讲我講唔對咧。
上了，来是
二八，我第六個嘅。
还是面的。
Nobody! Don't get hurt! Nice! Nice! Get it fixed! Yeah! Yeah! You know what? I'll help too! I'll help! good answer! Yeah!
對啊，都比較肥，靠肥啊！
我的溜達，溜達。我哋經過幾多米都拍緊，我一諗住佢拍緊。
Okay, buddy, where are we going?
但是呢個我可以播到，呢隻。
呢個過到啦，啊呢一講公園啊，我唔知好黃
There, okay, we'll go to church.
Oh wait, I'm back. Okay, there we go.
哎呦！
Oh, okay, we're gonna take the verb, okay. Let's go, Rara! We got this! With the power of our fandom! Oh, this is hilarious! That is so good! His back must be hurting so much right now. His back must hurt so much from carrying the ball
因即摆是伊会叫你等去。我来讲，我即摆我带拢隐身在恁边啊。
This is one legendary
然后
penalty.
你甲讲着我去现身。
Call it Cappuccino.
啊，呢個係人嚟啦，我嗱，我咪講我都見過嘅，講唔到，你講我要我條我講你用。
Don't forget to support.
我流川魚。
我跟你講。
問題是流川魚就免買啊咧。
對。
就咁做一講到而家，咪未得杯啊。
是啊，你冇唔對啊。
That one. That way, okay. Okay, that way. I have absolute 100% trust. I'll give that to Rara. Whenever we have a time. I have a talisman for you.
Thank you.
มันมีเสียงจริงๆเนี่ย
Please, can we just follow?
That's fine, just run.
Okay.
我就好看。
Oh, it's dude. Okay. Legit!
只要换点200我那一边啊，那个。因為你冇咁好見啊，我呢個已經背啊，對嘛？我嘅話，現在我當你哋呢邊啊，啱啱你帶過嚟。
Yeah!
What do you want to give me?
Hold on. Take this. I dropped it by your feet.
Okay.
Alright, we're moving forward.
Thank you.
I apologize for playing your game. I formally apologize for even touching this game, spending the I am so sorry for playing
朋友的三重啦、问题啊，唔免帮伊处理啊。迄个伊民众无去过，就嘛处理好。哎呀，无影响，有朋友敢若嘛共开会过。
Oh, it's over here, over here. I will help. I'm good at it. I did not help.
我夾起來，我有夾起來啊！我先快
Oh, I should get the poison weapon.
Nah, were you trying to scare me?
Oh, another stuff.
Top 20. Top 20, that's all.
Wait, was there a
其
waste
实阮
here?
你的朋友这件事伊嘛可用的啦，
It's right here, it's right here.
伊嘛可用南北溪
I
啊。
am pissed why. Okay. That way. Yes, we're going. We're on our
啊，阮
way.
你的朋友
Let's
这
go.
件事，阮你的朋友这件事伊可用南北溪啊。对啊，阮你的朋友伊伫大楼咧做啥？迄管理委员。
We gotta keep up, bro. We gotta keep up. Okay, we're going down there.
对啊，做管理委员的。
Now we're getting something good.
我敢若管工地，讲我的师傅尔，啊伊管甲比我较大，啊你过来管规栋大楼。
It's okay. Work those legs. We're getting a workout. Run past him, Bo.
我忘记啊，
Keep running.
还好啦。伊是我安尼讲啦，是欠工啦，是根本就无人，根本就无，因为即摆少年人无人会肯食苦啦。我安尼讲嘛，
Okay. We're seeing how the pros play this game. So we just do
你
it.
做谁讲的呀？
Yeah. Of course.
More couple Bob or something.
但是我感觉应该是讲讲有啦，有
This
啦。
person knows where all the boss locations are.
对对。
Just saying.
啊，你要有正经的会做的，迄人拢留地。你
我安尼讲好啊啦，诶，伫外口弄溜咧咧，拢总是人无爱的啦，好的师傅人拢投掉的。
关掉啊！我做这啊，来讲过。
讲我摆起来，好的师傅人拢拍掉的啦，好的师傅喺伫外口服务啦，喺伫外口服务事的拢总是人无爱的。
没错。
Okay. Onward.
啊，點解唔用嚟聽我咁講咧？咁咁快？
對哦，
对啦。
Yeah.
我要请后师啊，我一礼拜请4个，伊甲我办公室的，
Oh, what the?
看哪是做啥。啊，拢真一暝甲讲妈爱起来上班哦，伊过两工伊就来工作。
哎呦，一個28走去弄掉。
We're in the crystal tower.
怕你怕未啊？怕我怕唔着，怕未冇唔怕。都對啦，
安尼是要人工還是繼續做？
我好啊，
我嘛好啊。
好。
There should be a staff up here. You come into this tower, go into this tower. Okay. Follow me. Climb up here. Okay, up again. One more time. And then up these stairs. Oh! Okay, we're north. We're going for boss? Okay. Gotcha.
然後
等你，阿妹。
你講等你，我天雷啊，靠腰啊！
跟住，
天啊！
我是看你的位。
阿修，剛哥你打死你家！
我已經小怪清掉啦。
我都加袂記聖界啊！
進來。
講了傷慢啊！我見面攞天雷啊！
We have to be fast. Matthias waits for no one.
No, you're good. I just, maybe I'm gonna use the jump.
哪裡用車刀流啲 Q 嚟拍㗎嘛？
I'm so
我俾你，我係俾用車刀嘅意思啊！那你就。 可能你而家講未掉，我哋幾時候啊？就乾脆俾人主戰啊，就俾人家講啊，日喺度傾啦。我是講人講未掉嘅話啊，人講未掉啊，講得幾時候嘅話啦。啊，那無大不了學你切刀爾啊，設定快捷鍵你爾。 大不了設定快捷鍵啊，
I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die! I'm so dead! I'm gonna die! No! Oh, he'll die.
We're down in that level 1.
你跑那邊掛溜的。
Yeah, of course, on vision clearing this blue off. So full information goes into Gnome Shim. I think it played perfectly here. Gnome Shim's comp can actually still crush this off. Oh yes, the execution burden is quite high. And based on what we saw in their final series of the regular season, that's the last real checkup we've had on this team. I'm not sure if they will necessarily be up to the task. Like you said, a lot of comfort here across the board on both teams.
Well, there's a crash down as Gnome Shim starting things off pretty aggressively. Dogdon down to 50%. My hand's pretty happy to weather that storm. Q was taking a bit of damage from Peter in the meantime. That is a bit of a victory here for Gnome Shim. And like you mentioned, it's a powerful bottom lane in the laning phase. Not necessarily known for his level 1.
He does get to hold his heal, hence dropping the ignite, and now Gio's health bar has been equalized. Level 2.
Just going to be mounting up towards a little bit. It looks like KT is going to see this. To catch it as it crashes in. So nothing too surprising here. And KT able to turret to be more than fine. Having a look at what they've been able to get from the deep vision, they know the colors that start on the bottom side of the map, moving up towards that top side. And Gideon will be pretty comfortably full clearing his jungle as well.
Take this item.
Just yet.
I do like the lethality Varus here for Dogdon going from Comet. Pretty big tell that will be the build path he is looking for here, considering the most tanky member will be the Sejuani, and she won't be that tanky when Trundle is in the picture.
Yep. Alex just not enjoying his time on the rocks, as he generally would.
Wow.
BDD does like his, he enjoys a little Yone on the rocks.
Yes, yeah.
Wait, should I just be using the bell?
Lehen's visiting, that isn't going to be able to find an angle here.
They are in full control of this bottom lane, by the way. Like, Peter is surfing around the brush. And, you know, there's just a lot potentially going to be lost here in this bottom lane. This Lens is really fishing for this. And Cuz is here.
Yeah, Cuz going to move in. Calyx, health bar, Eater, a little bit of a rough spot. Like, they're really Lens is over here. They're closing in, and there's the flash forward. Lens may have found the only window to get in there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The seismic shot pulls back the Rel. He's headbutted under the turret. He knows there is no way he's getting out of that one. The pulverized headbutt from Peter. Peter, beautifully done.
What a puzzling call though for Lahen's to stay
I think he
alone.
knew that like he was just dead if they checked it, and so he had to try.
Yeah, he had to try, but I think once they were coming up, he had to try for sure. Like, I completely agree, but he could have just opted out a long time ago. His BDD was playing so safe, and Peter 100% knew because they checked everything. He walked all the way around. He's like, Lens is in the middle lane. He's hovering the river. I'm gonna wrap around on Alistar. If he tries it, I'm gonna headbutt him into the turret. BDD was super ready for this. And nothing is expended on the KT side. Those summoners go down. BDD gets a free kill. And they read the play so well. Even Cuz was there.
Yeah. I'll correct you though, Will. They used a heal.
Oh, true. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so they didn't use any flash. No flash. So it's actually like, yeah, almost free here for KT. Beautifully done. Secure themselves first blood. It only gets them about 400 gold in the lead. There's composition from Nongshim once mid-game to really start skirmishing and making things happen. And side lanes are going to be a big problem. Like, this composition can 1-3-1 really effectively, and that takes away some of the KT power as Olvia. Perfect doing a pretty good job. His Game 2 Rumble performance yesterday was subpar.
It was not very good best Rumble game.
And it was this exact matchup. It was not, that was the game where Xiu could have potentially just won the game by himself. He did not, but still.
He certainly had a lot of angles too.
He did.
And did keep D+ very well. That was the Xiu versus BDD game.
That was.
But at the end of the day, in this one, Rumble looking a lot better, more perfect. As Kingan's already TP'd, he'll get his free back here. And this bottom lane started off okay for Geo and Land. They had the level 1 advantage, but it fell by the wayside. Then Lahen's trying to make it a roam to turn things around, as we do have Gideon.
Yeah, ulti coming in here from Calyx as well, as BDD puts some rocks down, wants to throw away Calyx, who does stun himself up, and yeah, the Winter's Wrath not going to do anything at all. Cuz moving in at level 5, won't be able to subjugate the Sejuani just yet, and the flash does have to be expended. KT still holds on to all of it.
Perfect has his ultimate here. He's fishing for something, trying to actually look for a nuke onto Calyx, it looks like, but I'm just going to drop a ward, doesn't go any further than that, but gets a lot of vision down with that prio. Remember, Calyx flashed, BDD did not. Yeah, in that last exchange, so more advantages here for the side of KT Rolster.
Things definitely going from good to still fine here for KT. Their performance yesterday felt like a huge step up. So interesting saying that, right? Because it's, if you were someone coming in that just saw that this roster exists now and you were watching last year and you're like, oh, KT's in the road to MSI? Obviously they are. Like, Cuz is a really good player. BDD's amazing. These guys should be brilliant. They'd be wondering why Doctom's playing a little bit better this time around, but outside of that, I don't think you'd be too surprised about the performance of Cuz, for example.
No, definitely not.
He definitely did not look this incredible in round 1.
I mean, in round 1, KT was on an insane losing streak. Yeah, and then they turned it around, and it was crazy.
Remember, this team only barely made it into the Legend group, and they beat Humble Life Esports.
Yeah, and almost beat Gen G, by the way.
Yeah. Equalizer gonna go down here as Kingan taking a few ticks of
flash. He might just be dead here.
Oh dear, the heat is stacking up. The Flame Spitter, there it is! Solo kill! 4 perfect, and Peter is looking for something on the other side. BDD to catch up to him, and the flick back onto Lahen's will spell the death of the Horse Pants Lady. That is gonna be 3 kills for KT. The feats of warfare coming in. They are going strength to strength in this game.
KT have advantages everywhere now. The solo kill in the top lane. BDD's 2 kills early here. The lane advantage that Ducktop and Peter were able to get. They got a plate bottom side. I mean, it's 200 gold advantage for Ducktop right now. We head into the lane swap here for Geo. I mean, the drink is already KT's. And the full wave is in control of KT Rolster right now. They can choose whatever they want to do right now. They have full control over this game. And when we talked about the draft and the concerns about how hard it is to execute notions, the fact that KT had this much of a lead this early is very concerning.
Yeah, now it's a big worry. Gideon going to come on over. Does have his smite now on cooldown, but I believe had another charge. That's going to be coming up pretty soon.
They're just going to let the grubs go, it looks like, here with the back timing of the Rumble.
Yep. And we had triple Kentex solo yesterday. Fox isn't actually here at Ballpark today, so I'm a little bit worried. It may just continue. These Void Grubs going to be the first ones to go down as Lahen's looks for a bit of an angle. That's a decent pulverize to try and help him out, but doesn't get Gideon over the wall. Gideon is just going to take down the cow. So mispositioning there from Mr. Peter, you could say.
Yeah, I mean, there were 4 members of Nongshim on the top side there, and unfortunately for KT, they don't get any sort of cross map because of it. It's a bit of a greedy positioning there from Peter, just trying to see what's going on grubs, get some additional information. Is punished hard. So a big bounce back here for Nongshim. Yeah, it does even up the goal quite a bit. The kill goes over to Gideon. So that's not great news if you're Nongshim, but at least a step in the right direction.
Yep. And the fact that they get the 3 grubs is also pretty fantastic for a composition that does want to play around side lanes just a little bit.
100%. That's a very valuable get.
Perfect is having the game, man. Oh my goodness. Kingen is not very safe inside his circle. He does have the horse lady coming up, as Perfect might actually get baited in here. There's the equalizer. Lance shows himself a little early, and Perfect doesn't seem too worried about it. He's just going to continue walking at this Gwen. And look at the wave state.
Yeah, look at the top lane as well. Like, Jin's coming down to try to bail out bottom side, but who's going to deal with the top wave? There's no TP for King and West to leave. The wave state is doomed. Top side is boomed. Calix is about to get solo killed.
KT just looks better.
Are KT actually just...
No.
Are they just a good team, Atlas?
I don't know. I think KT are a team here in the LCK. And I'll leave it at that. I think we'll leave it at that. Infinity unleashes his teleport, and I could have sworn, like, the most KT thing would have been if Lance just comes over and Shattering Strike Infinity and he just dies. That would have been the moment for that to happen. Maybe Chronicle was right. Maybe Custercus aren't actually real. As Peter's going to come down and just says hi.
Wants to get BDD a little bit of a back here so he doesn't get stopped by a flourish or something like that. Does have the TP. Has not had to flash this game. Has just been chilling and putting on that lane pressure with the early advantage that he has. It's kind of started to snowball a little bit. He'll be heading straight to the side lane. In fact, right now doesn't even need to use that TP. We'll have it for the dragon fight potentially here that breaks out in about 90 seconds. Now the bottom side is controlled by Nongshim. Looking for a play here on the Perfect. He does have flash, but no equalizer. He needs some help here.
Yeah, Cuz moving into position, and they do have Gideon coming over. Peter spots out the hands, and now they're looking for the angle. Magnustorm connects onto two as Docton is the target. Peter's getting rid of the rest of them though, and it's only Lahans that was able to get on top of the AD carry. Chains Corruption goes wide, and the unbreakable will of Peter is unfortunately going to be broken. As he does get a little bit of a headbutt off Bijou, still going to be able to take him down. But Peter, a lot of experience alongside these Nongshim players. They get the better of him there.
Yeah. It's a really good shout. Ex-teammate of many of them. Well, ex-player of Nongshim. Yeah, bit of a different roster back then.
Yeah, Gene was definitely there though.
Yeah, and we did have him come in like during the effort days and all that, but Calix here is a level down and is just going to straight up hold.
Yeah, he's going to have to get out of the way of this extraordinarily dangerous robot guy. Perfect is spacing beautifully. He is locked into it.
Oh, he really is. He's got Swifties and he's just chilling. And is this going to get a reaction out of Gideon? He may be baited though.
I take it all back. Custercuts are indeed real. As now Gideon's going to come in, look to see whether he can get at least a flash. He does get that, and the turnaround coming on in. The equalizer is pretty beautifully placed, but Gideon throws out the Glacial Prison. He creates the positioning. Peter with the headbutt. Actually beautifully done. Separates Gideon from the rest of the two. They say, we'll take that. Look for some plates here off the back end.
On the other side, though, Gwen going to be looking for some plates top side here as well with those 3 grubs. I think KT need to get a little bit more here. As okay, they do have a teleport from Perfect that will stop that. So this actually works out really well. They use BDD's teleport, but because Perfect still has his, he can just answer that. And that is going to be the second dragon here from KT off of the side lane play. Sure, Peter died moments before, but the Drake wasn't up yet. So Nongshim couldn't capitalize. And now to 2 dragon lead here. Let's find out what's so.
Another see, I knew it. I knew it. He was right here on the broadcast yesterday. 3 Chemtechs snuck through.
I swear every other patch, every other patch, man, it's got to be bugged. Like,
yeah, it's very odd.
Like on this patch, we have had nothing but Chemtech souls.
And you know what? It actually kind of makes Trundle really broken. Maybe that's why the Trundle priority has gone up, because everyone knows that there are just way too many Chemtech souls.
So this
was a perfect flash.
Yeah, I like Gideon looking for the Glacial Prison onto Peter, but unfortunately BDD does have the TP in live. Perfect is just getting away from a bit of aggression there from King and Bud.
And well, it's going to get a counter solo kill as the snip comes in. Not quite enough! Speaking of not quite enough, Calix able to get himself out of there with a sliver of health, but Lahans, I don't think he's going to be so lucky. He throws out the Magnet Storm to try and hold Peter in place. The Unbreakable Will lasts just long enough. Nongshim just looking to take some plates here from the top side. They are Nongshim, they prefer to take bowls, but plates will have to do. Although the soup may not stick around.
Hey, sometimes I get a small little plate for my ramyun and, grab the noodles out and hold the plate up.
If it's the noodles that you want to drain first, you know, then it's totally doable.
They're not going to win this race, though, I don't think. Even with the grubs, Grundle will hit that pretty hard. Equalizer gets dropped down here, so they're not even going to get it. And bottom side, the turret does go over. That speeds up strength here to KT Rolster. And they manage to continue to stack up. It's a 2,000 gold league. We've certainly seen bigger at 14 minutes, but I'm so concerned about what it means for team fights later on with this Trundle being such a big issue. And everyone else is an issue, right? This Yone is significantly behind. Like, Calyx is not able to side lane into BDD or Perfect. He's just getting focused here in this game. As you can see here, you know, while that play happened topside, Calyx, the house goes down. And it's a really good combo here from Peter. And it's just in a whole house of trouble. And Lehens is the one who gets left out.
And I don't know what the context was here. Maybe they knew that Lehens was in that rush, definitely, and snuck around. But maybe just pressing B was the real answer there from Lehens. Just stay in the brush and go home. Could have been the angle. Because of course Yone did manage to make it out. Still, hindsight 2020, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think he wanted to maybe try to salvage the play, but unfortunately I don't think that one was going to be salvageable in any way.
Yeah.
Still nearly getting that turret on the top side of the map, and now in danger is Kingen.
Seen this play before, but this time Gideon's going to come on over. That is a seismic shot just to zone him out of the way. The tri-brush covered in rocks, not something that Nongshim wants to be face checking.
Perfect doesn't have his TP just yet, so it's a bit awkward here for KT. They are going to be a man down for this fight. I think giving this up is probably the correct call.
Yeah, because you can throw the pillar into this brush, make things frustrating, but they don't have a lot of vision. There are 5 people of Nongshim over here. Yeah, the rotation up is coming on through here as there's the knock up onto Kuz, and they just burst him down. No subjugation even available. As now Kingen dashing around the fight. BDD catches out Geo on the offside, and he just throws a huge rock at Lehens. Geo able to flash his way out, but BDD's flashing after him. Doctom and Peter trying to keep themselves alive as Calyx starting to go bonkers in this Herald pit. And now Perfect has turned up. This Flame Spitter is so scary. 3 versus 2 as Nongshim look to run away. They did manage to get themselves a Rift Herald. There is a positive in this play, but the positives for KT are looking like they're better. 4-4-2 in advantage here for KT.
Oh man, I was so worried for KT in that moment that they were going to really overextend and trickle in to this fight, because look at where Rumble is on the minimap. He hasn't quite even hit the mid lane just yet. When Kuz goes in for a steal, doesn't get it, is just immediately blown. Now what is used for this? Geo is zoned out, so this buys enough time for Perfect to come through. Lehens goes down to basically 0. BD is so fed that he can basically...
didn't even get the eye.
Yeah.
No, Gideon did though, so it's fine.
He does ultimately get it. Watch this peel here, by the way, from Peter. Knocks Calyx away, stuns him here, trying to give Doctom some space, but once Calyx goes back to his soul, or sends his soul back to his body, I suppose you should say.
Yeah, something like that.
Death Cap for Cutie and all that. He is going to eventually get pushed out, and then Kingen is isolated. So, big kills here for KT in the fight. They do pick up the eye, like you said. That's the one saving grace. They're going to drop it on this turret that was basically dead anyways, and KT are looking for a play here in mid.
Peter is just constantly going for these plays. Does get rid of the Gwen, who is running towards the cow. He's going to try and go for a little bit of a siege. I don't know whether they're going to be getting it here as Kingen's going to be moving in. Peter wanting to try and peel him as best he can. The headbutt's being utilized. The trample as well is so good at buying so much time. Needlework coming on through, but there it is. Chains of Corruption with the follow-up, and down goes the Gwen. The flash headbutt as Gideon is pulled out of position, and Peter dies. But he's always trading up.
Oh man, Peter is...
Apart from the times when he did it earlier in the game.
Yeah, but he's having in his highs, man, an incredible end here of the first half of the year. As BDD hiding on this brush here. They're looking for a play. Lands on the flank.
Yeah, there's Curse Call to come through as well, and that is pinpoint onto BDD. Into this backline, the Seraph's Shield not going to be enough for Lehens. Will trade himself for it, and now Perfect is gonna chase down this Jhin. Doctom gonna grab a double kill by sniping him with that piercing arrow. And once again, Nongshim finding like a heroic play onto one person and then losing half of their team.
Yeah, Calyx making the play, has 3 kills now on this Yone, but is going to go down. Opportunistic there.
Yeah, it's like the one guy in the game where like everyone else is running around with knives and he's got a flamethrower, and it's just a little bit unfair. That's what Perfect's making this game kind of feel like.
And like in these types of moments, it looks like, okay, maybe there's an overextension, but you can see what we were talking about in draft. Cuz goes to the subjugate right away here, so doesn't have it really for the later part of the fight, but it doesn't matter because Peter is so tanky. And look how easy it is to play KT's comp. You just find target, delete target. And Peter is just like, all right, I'm looking for the play on the Gideon now. Let's take the jungler out. He dies for it, but it's 100% worth.
Flash as well.
Yeah. And then over here, it looks like Lehens has this really beautiful angle where you can collapse on with Calix here. The ult comes out from the Jhin. Lehens goes in.
The immediate interruption as well with the filament that the curtain call did nothing. It really, bullet, I think.
It was only one shot, and the setup was good. And then Gio just gets run down by Perfect, who's coming straight out of base and has Swifties and has Phase Rush, and you are just not going to get away from him. And then Calix here, again, trying to make something of this. He does not have flash. It's coming up in like 10 seconds, we saw, but it's not there yet. Well, it's going for a play.
Perfect actually going to be respecting the Gwen here, waiting for that needlework to come down as the equalizer comes on through. There are 3 members of Nongshim here. They're still running away from a cow and a robot.
And here comes that Trundle. I think running away is the correct choice. Yeah. As Duckdom in the mid lane is just clearing this wave out. KT just don't have any holes in this game so far.
Not yet. As Jude going to look to see whether he can defend. Dancing Grenade going to be helping out. Seismic Shove, no crash down for you, Lehens, as the Chains of Corruption comes in. Peter able to headbutt him around, and Lehens nowhere to go. Aftershock not helping even a little bit. The Otacon is going to be coming up in 7 seconds time. I don't know whether KT are going to head straight down there, but I think they could if they felt like it. It is been like one of those games.
If it was an even game state, and if there wasn't an interrupt, maybe Lehens has an angle there, maybe they'll follow up with the Jhin actually finds something out of the potential angle that Lehens was looking for there to potentially crash down Flash Magnet Storm, but KT just turn it on its head again, and are going to turn this into an Otacon. Contesting this will be a challenge.
Flash just going to get beaten here. Yep. And so Calix shows himself on the top side of the map. That is going to mean that this Otacon does go down. Gideon tries his best, but it does not work out. And look at that. Just put a little kennel in the tri-brush, and you all walk away for free.
Yeah, no sort of trade back here, no exit kills, nothing, even with the composition that has such long range fall off as Gideon. I don't know about this, man.
I don't know about that one either. We get the super kill to Peter, who didn't get the headbutt down. That's okay, as Kingen, he's diving forward. The equalizer positioning on top of the kennel is gorgeous, but the Gwen is able to, but never mind! The piercing arrow as Duckdom makes his presence known. It's a double kill for the Varus, and KT they just have every play read.
Yeah, it's every single moment, every single angle no one should think they have. And it gets tougher and tougher the further you fall behind. We're looking at 6-17. 23 kills in this game at 21 minutes in. KT bounties are up. Well, good luck getting even a single one of those. As Duckdom, the sniper, 7 kills on this Varus is going to take out the mid turret. Bottom turret is defended. The only thing that Nongshim got in this game was the top turret and the Herald, basically, which didn't really give them much. They used the Herald to get like the last 20% of that top turret, and then they got the grubs. But there's been very little time for any of these players to actually hit a turret because they've just been behind the 8-ball this entire game. Every play they've made has been read from KT, starting from Lehens' roam to the mid lane. It's just been read play after play, and yes, this play from Peter was kind of funny, but at the end of the day, trying to force it to this choke point when the Rumble has his ultimate here is frankly a little foolish, I feel like, but Nongshim know that they're mostly thinking about game 2 at this point. Like, there's not much you're going to find here. Maybe if KT make a mistake, maybe if they don't play right, maybe if it's a flub on the equalizer, maybe there's an angle, but KT aren't flubbing so far.
That equalizer was, I guess, a little bit of a flub, but I don't think Perfect needs it to kill King, and he indeed definitely does not. Him and Peter are going to be easily able to take him down as the outer turret going to fall soon after. 18-6.
Maybe a bounty on the cards here?
Potentially. Calix there towards that bottom side, utilizing those 3 grubs that they did manage to pick up. Feels like a distant memory here for Nongshim fans. And do you know where the code comes from, Wolf? Where the code comes from, talking about KT as a team. And do you know what a beautifully played game like this means? That means that there are a lot of people at home thinking that KT are perhaps a very good team, which could be worrying for the next few games. In goes Peter, Seismic Shot going to pull back Gideon. They are just, it's a hive mind for KT here as they set up the CC, take down the jungler. Now BDD looking to get rid of Kingen as well, and yeah, he is not getting out of that. Toasted and taken down. It's BDD with a double kill. They're going to look for an inner turret off the back end of it. KT could take anything that they like. There is a soul on the table for this team if they would like it.
Cuz didn't even ult Gideon. He's like, well, he's caught, man, it's done, it's over. I don't even need to take his resistance as well. Save it for something else.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just systematic here. Calyx now zoned away, has to ult in exchange, and this turret is under fire here. Feels like KT have Baron with how much control they have over the map and how much siege they've been able to get done. They are going to be able to take this third, or rather fourth, excuse me, Chemtech Dragon here, the soul in this game. And I mean, you look at plays like this, and it's like King and Egg. He's just trying to farm, man. He's just trying to play the game. But Peter and Perfect say, no, you're not allowed.
Yep. And that was actually beautifully set up there for Peter.
Look at this, like you said, it's almost tool assisted. Like, just the pillar there, Gideon just throws out his own frustration. As this TP here, unfortunately for King, it was optimistic at best, and BDD just instantly locks him in. Perfect is 100% on the same page as him, and KT team is looking good right now, and I mean, I feel like maybe D+ fans would feel a little bit better about the loss yesterday after watching this. Now, the draft here is insanely good for KT. Let's not mince words about that, but I think the play has backed it up, especially in this early game where Notion has been able to find no footholds.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the walk, talk the talk thing, right? They talk the talk in the draft, and we're like, yeah, that's pretty, yeah, we agree. And then now they're walking the walk, and they're looking real comfortable while they do it as well. They do manage to take the soul. That is Chemtech soul for Cuz, and so this Trundle will not be killed. I don't think, again, in this game, as Lehens will. He is looking to go down right about now. BDD at melee range with everyone, but he's so far ahead it does not matter. That's perfect down there coming from the enemy base. So that is going to spell a Baron for KT, and I don't think that there's going to be any answer. Baron just spawned 5 seconds ago. KT are going to look to remove the Rift.
He has TP, but where's he going to go? I mean, look at all the vision they have. Now, I want to talk about something here really interesting. You mentioned it, and I think it was a really good call. This almost could have been blind pick for these two teams, right? In terms of what they love to play, what they've been playing, leading up to this game.
It definitely looked blind pick for Nongshim.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they ended up getting completely countered and destroyed by KT in this draft, but they're also playing some of their best champions, and that means all of these champions are gone for the rest of this best of 5. It was an expensive choice for Nongshim to get their comfort into a, frankly, kind of counter draft here from KT, and they're not going to have that coming into game 2. They're not going to have Calyx's Yone anymore, no Gideon on the Sejuani. That's what's more concerning for the implications of what happens later in this series as well. KT with such a start.
Yeah, I would agree. 1-0, especially with a win on red side, it is such a big deal. Even if Nongshim win a game back in this series, it means that KT gets to go over to blue that they have looked a little bit better on. It was, in fact, they managed to win on red side in the tiebreaker, but it was blue traded for blue. Those were the stomps, right? Game 1, KT being able to bring themselves over the line against DK, the most important game in the series yesterday. So KT now on red looking this dominant really does show. Like, it's a 9,000 gold lead. This is just kind of absurd. And just to try and bring us back down to earth, because we are sort of riding the momentum of this game, which is dangerous because it's KT. There is someone in chat, Death Set. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, it's just draft. If any team would win with red side draft, nothing special for KT. And that is the kind of energy I want to see from all of you guys. That's what we need to hold close.
Yeah, not like BDD is playing Talia, that he's really good at, or Perfect playing his best champion role. They took away from King and King went for the Gwen or anything like that. No. It's just anyone would have won. It could have been me. Yeah,
it's not going to be Lehens. Lehens just walked over 1,000,000 wards and is now probably in trouble. Cuz is just walking away from everyone. He's down to 50% health though. Might need to subjugate that one back. As the wall goes down, the shove connects on Gideon and he is just eliminated. Equalizer to stop anyone from escaping. King is going to go down. There is the heroic play from Calyx into the back line. It looked really cute. It looked really cool. But ultimately he dies and this is going to be the ace for KT. Perfect might be dying for the first time, but never mind. There's a pillar. There's a pulverize. There is a cow in pajamas. And KT are looking for game 1.
That is the end of that. Atlas 12,000 goal lead at the end. A sub 28-minute game here, faster than average. And KT making it look easy. They're 4th in a row here, en road to MSI.
Look at that nonchalant man making his way out. Cuz hands in pockets. Give me a challenge is what he's saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what it looks like. And You look at a series like what we saw yesterday, and there were some strong points from KT that were so incredibly punishing, right? I feel like they were punishing in this game as well. Some of the green from Kingen in the lane. Lehenz's attempt to make a play mid that was read incredibly well and was matched by Peter there. They read it so well. The laning phase was strong for Duckdown, was looking so good on this Varus. And he gets it. Perfect gets his Rumble, BD gets his Talia, and I think the Nongshim coaching staff probably regretting some of the decisions they made in this one.
Yeah, and I think it was as soon as those 2 picks were collected on red side, right? Like, as soon as you see Talia Trundle, you can't stop the Rumble from coming down. The Gwen was already locked in that top lane, and so they had to just say, well, we'll just make the best of it. Perfect doubled the damage of Kingen, and I want to remind everyone of the stats that we were looking at prior. Kingen was like second in every stat. This guy was performing so well from round 2 onwards. He has been the linchpin for this Nongshim team. Perfect was looking a little bit rough around the edges yesterday. Today looked unbelievable. I'm worried, man.
It is a worrying trend here for sure, especially with how expensive this Fearless draft here was for Nongshim. Gonna have to go back to the drawing board. They'll leave on blue side. You have to imagine for game 2.
Exactly. Time for us to take a short break. When we get back to space, gonna break it down. We'll have game number 2.
哇，你没声线，你要喊一下。
Oh, that felt good. We're both like, yeah.
我比紅家的拋啊，然後我有個關係。
Okay, anak, nak sudah siapa dia buat?
Tahu semua.
랩으로 가자. 랩으로 가자. 랩 갈라줄게. 그냥 랩 편하게 봐. 랩 봐봐. 랩 편하게 봐. 랩 편하게 봐. 랩 잡았어. 천천히. 랩 잡은 거야, 이거. 나 묶을게. 하지마, 나 크게 들어갈게. 랩 빨았어, 일단.
You're so smart.
가져. 눈에 묶을게. 맞아. 이동 잡죠. 이동 가능. 템플이 제발. 이동인데. 와우. 이미 머리 좋다 오늘. 몸 좋네. 제 머리인데. 시원하다서 갔다. 맛있다.
Oh, that's what you wanted from here. I see. I see.
불이 꺼졌습니다. 게임도 잠시 꺼졌어요.
Ow. Ow. Circuit. Oh, it's okay. Oh, we're okay.
우와. 상상만이 굉장히 좋을 것 같아요. 왠지 팬분들하고 같이 보셨어요? 입덕했어요. 사회로 나가시는 분들도 있고. 맞아요. 살 때마다 오시고.
Oh, there's another one.
굉장히 당황스러워하시는
Wow.
분들
Oh, I want thunder.
삼행시를 너무 많이 있을 거예요, 두 분은. 안 좋은 건 해갈 것 같아요. 좋은 건 해치려면 되죠. 이거 안 좋으시는데 해나갈 거
Wow.
실제로 보면 거의 실물 대단하다고 하더라고요.
We trust Sir K.
사실 한 손으로 들을 거 아니야? 한 손으로 들릴 것 같은데.
나 이러면 팔 안 나올텐데. 팔 혼자 막 이렇게. 땅에 맞땅에.
아, 피카츄.
넣었어야지. 예? 내 돈을 넣지. 야, 이제 성질 좀 빡세긴 하네. 그리고 딱
You think Sir K stands for Sir Knight? You know what I mean?
Maybe it's Sir Ketchup.
Oh, that's true.
저는 한 번씩 지나가다 마주쳐요.
Sir.
흥의 소리.
What'd you say?
물건 간다 가져가는데. 아, 과자 써주세요. 과자를 마음껏 써.
Oh, you're welcome.
싸움을 받는 거예요. 네, 편안하게 지시면 되기 싶습니다.
What'd you say?
아, 불편하시면 돼요.
Let's get to it! Yeah! Sir Kyle, Sir Koseki, it could be anything.
하이팀에 쓰시고 보면 한국말을 좀 하실 줄 아세요? 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. 이쪽은 저희가 길게 하기가 쉽지가 않아요.
Crowda?
워크로 쓰신 건가? 와우로 쓰신 건가? 이쪽은 전에도 보신 것 같은데 처음 보셨어요? 아, 잘될 것 같거든요. 미안합니다. 하지만 우리는 다 가족이니까 이 수학이
Yeah.
지금 비서가 들어왔습니다. 버그가 서쪽으로
배고파.
확인이 된다고 합니다. 아, 그래서 크로노 없이 경기를 진행됩니다. 아, 이거는 말 그대로 속행이죠? 속행이란 얘기예요. 오해드란 얘기예요. 들어와라 쎄.
바로 진행시켜인가요?
진행합니다. 이렇게 말이죠. 여러분께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀 드립니다.
Hey, Bijou.
Yeah.
Why do we need the coins in this game? Just at the end to buy stuff.
Yeah. Points?
Like the coins, like the
Currency?
the currency.
There's a shop in the round two.
Okay. Also, you save them.
No, you get them as rewards at the end.
그거 있어요?
And what about the one you got by defeating enemies here?
That's used for leveling up. And also buying stuff at the shop.
Okay, got it.
这我也不用啊，暴风神社。是更对值的。
저 SK 체어에서 표현 많이 받았어요.
얘龙是干啦，
처음
俘虏神射手
표현
啦。
SK에서 그래서 기분 더
Last time, ready?
응원해줘서 감사합니다. 앞으로 더 열심히 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Ow! It's always being reversed!
You can tell you're strong.
I want to see what this Sabruli is. I don't know what that did!
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spaces. We are on the road to MSI and the road to Busan is one series away. It's a very special day because I look like a referee and I'm joined by the Valve analyst on the desk along with Wadid. It is 1-0 KT. The roller coaster is only going up, gentlemen.
They're just so good. KT's in form, Perfect's in form, BDD's in form, Cuz is in form, Duckdom's in form, Peter's, well, he had some issues in his first game, but he's been looking good too. KT, they're just, they can't be stopped.
Yeah, and also I really like the draft by KT as well. I feel like they finally figured out what's the priority, and I feel like they just built around it really well.
Yeah, we're gonna cover this draft for you here with some Wava TV, Wadid and Valdez TVs. They break down some of their most important picks here, which is basically all of them. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so the thing is, these three picks are fantastic, right?
Yeah?
When Sejuani and Yone are amazing. We all know that. We all know the synergy with the Permafrost. It's great. But if you look at it in isolation, it's fantastic, even with the Jin and the Rumble. But just look across the board at what they gave over and what they're going into with their composition. It just does not do very well.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because, like, yeah, those 3 picks are great, but can you actually play into Talia, Trundle, and Rumble? I would say you cannot because Talia literally counters all the melee champions and also Trundle counters Sejuani quite easily. And I think also Rumble wins Gwen, which is their first pick. So I feel like even though it synergizes really well with the Sejuani, I feel like Talia, Trundle, Rumble has a higher priority than those 3 picks. And I think, like them picking Alista into all those melee champions feels really awkward. Because I feel like if they actually picked away the Alista, and I think they had the better synergy with it, but I feel like the Alista counters like all the champions from Nongshim. So I feel like they had really great drafts, but KT had the better draft.
KT had an amazing draft. I mean, we all know what this does, right? But you talked about how this is good into that. These do so well together as well. Trundle really enables all of the seismic cells to hit, all of the equalizers to hit as well, and even the Mars chain of corruption as well. So you've just got this amazing composition, very well rounded, and it's so good into what Nongshim had. I feel like Nongshim had a specific plan coming into today, and they executed it without looking at the other side.
That's right, Tibbers. What did you think? No, they weren't able to execute it. As we had an early lane gank in the mid lane by Lehens. He's done this all season long, left Jiwoo on an island, and KT know it, they're ready for the counter game.
So here's the thing, like they have to kill Talia in the early game. They have Yone, Sejuani. So I feel like their early game plan is all about the attacking mid lane, but I feel like BDD, like he just soaked all the pressure and all the ganks from Nongshim. I think that made Nongshim really hard in the early game.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, when the Rel gets this far behind, we saw that Lehens ended the game at like 0-9 or something in this one. Not even necessarily totally his fault. Like, yes, it was his idea to go mid, but the fact that his gank just got totally stumped and he fell so far behind meant that he never really had a chance to come back, and he was just really in a bad spot.
And I feel like BD had really smart choice about his rune. Especially him picking bone plating and unflinching made him really strong in the early game. So I feel like Nongshim game plan is all about attacking BDD, but it didn't work out because of like BDD's rune choice, and I feel like he did really smart choice.
So because he was able to soak so much of the early pressure, then KT were able to punish on the top and bot side of the map, capitalize here. This man Perfect has had a huge transformation from round 1 to round 2 and the road to MSI.
First pick Gwen, by the way.
Yeah, first pick Gwen. I mean, King is very confident on this, even though he did go, I think he was 0-4 in that one game, just really quickly. Not in this one, but he also did get solo killed.
No.
You're giving over
First pick Gwen, by the way.
And you're just not doing a very good job. So he gets solo killed, and then in the bottom lane as well, the Alistair engage here from Peter, and of course, BDD comes over right on time, and they get another pick. And we don't have any other highlights because the game is essentially over after this. The Rel is too far behind, you've lost the top lane, the mid lane is already in shambles, and the Rel has died again. So it's pretty much over from here.
It shows why Talia is just first priority in this draft nowadays, because I feel like whenever you have the priority in the mid lane, it's really easy to snowball from that one. You just have the global ultimate to just move around the map, and also you have like so many abilities to push the mid lane really fast. And I feel like they try to attack Talia, but it didn't work out because you're playing against BDD, you're playing against Talia, which is not great with the melee champions. So I feel like the draft plan was bad, but also the in-game plan was got counter-attacked by KT.
All right, well, KT, they've had such a huge buff in terms of games. They played the tiebreaker, they played the first round of Road to MSI. Now they're up 1-0 on Nongshim, only 2 games away from Busan. Let's send it back on over to the casters for game number 2. Yes, Dagon, I think that they can probably smell the salty air already, letting that sea breeze hit their faces, but they still have 2 more wins they need to get in this series, as traveling to see KT win. Oh my goodness, guys, come on. We gotta say, like, but it's okay if they don't underneath, or something like that. You need balance.
This guy hasn't been to the LCK Live since the Rocks versus T1 finals for 2016 spring.
Oh my goodness.
And
wait, Vitality? Hi guys, welcome.
Gamers coming here as well. thought they were here yesterday as well. Maybe I was mistaken, but
Man, just making sure we get as many people from all around the world to join us. It's brilliant. I wonder whether Castle Jones having a bit of a conversation with them at this current moment. I think he probably was. It's actually very, very cute. So Team Vitality here to boot camp, as a lot of teams were getting prepared for what comes next, right? Like this is the place to be, best of the practice.
Every single time you have a chance to take some time off in your home region and travel to Korea, you are going to level up. That's why so many teams do it every year before MSI, before Worlds, and honestly, we'll probably see it before future first stands as well. I gotta say, Atlas, I'm worried about Nongshim's draft here going into game 2 because they used so much. Like I said, all those champions, Fearless banned above them, as well as the ones banned above KT's head. And they banned Ryze, Azir, and Sion. Perfect's like, why did you ban my Rumble? I'll take that, thank you very much. He's still got the Sion, so maybe you gotta ban that one away. Ryze is still an issue. I think they're probably gonna ban it once again here in this first spot, but KT has a little bit more versatility, I think, coming into the second game.
I would agree. I think that Poppy is the big one. I think KT needs to continue to ban that away from Gideon. He's been so good at this pick. Lehens can also play it, as we know. So a bit of flexibility there, but it will still be junglers focused down. I don't think Fire is going to get through ever, as this time the Callista is going to be banned in the first round, was banned in the second round last time. So you're just going to get her out of there.
I wonder if Calyx is trying to angle for his own Ryze first pick here, since they haven't banned it just yet. Very surprised to see that. The Pantheon is very strong with Ryze, because you have double global that way. Same way it can be strong with Galio as well, even though it's not a strong mid-jungle for the lane necessarily. Nidalee is also taken away here, so really interesting.
Sion first pick. It's Sion first pick. That's what they're looking for there. The Sion then gets banned away, and then they get the Ryze if they want it. I actually kind of like the trap that's being set up here by Nongshim. The Azir is going to be banned, so to make sure that they can at least get the Ryze out of this, they are just going to get rid of the Azir. It's something that Calyx has gravitated towards.
I think the Azir ban is also really strong because you have, like, if KT lose any games in this series, they get blue side, they get to threaten that V1 Azir later on, so you can save it. And this is going to get perfect the Sion, of course.
Ryze,
and the Ryze that you mentioned is certainly available. They could go for Ahri instead if they want to draft that way, but when you already have this insane frontline of the Sion, I think you certainly can do the Ryze instead and look for more damage, as the Xin Zhao will come through. It was a blind Trundle last game. The Sejuani was not countered by the Trundle, it was into the Trundle.
And then was countered by the Trundle.
Yes, of course. Just not in the draft. It was a self-counter pick, and the follow-up is going to be here for Nongshim Red Force. A lot of discussion from Gideon. It's going to be his jungle pick. That is the focus. Wukong seems to be what they're looking for.
Yep, and Wukong has been very, very strong. Does give you a bit of extra carry potential out of the jungle there as well. Synergizes quite nicely with the Victor already.
Now, they could go a few different ways here. Like, King and slapping, so you never know what it means, but I think even picking Jace into this Sion, yes, Sion kind of is a great answer. Okay, you can go for the Camille, you can go for any sort of all-in power, because you know the Ryze is coming, relatively immobile, difficult to realm warp when the Camille gets on top of you, when Wukong is on top of you, and so, you know, this is a great way to say, look, we've got a strong matchup into the Sion, we've got some top prio, and we can shut down this Ryze that we know is coming. And they didn't go for the Jace. I thought maybe they just say, well, they want that fire. They want someone a little bit more hard engage focused.
And also a lot more 1-3-1 or 4-1 with this Camille that will be able to eat turrets in the later stages. And also team fights. Yeah, it works.
That's exactly why the Lehens Shinban comes out here as well. Yeah, powers that side lane power. As we'll see Peter's best champion this year, the Nico taken away.
You know, Braum's still available, can mess with a bunch of compositions, maybe not necessarily right now, just have a lot of the flank angles I think Camille will find could be a bit awkward.
Even though it's a good angle for like the draft itself, I don't think that Neela here really fits into what KT have already. So even though I think it would be otherwise a consideration, I like this ban a lot more because the Kaisa is going to be able to fall and potentially get past that Sion, dive into the back line as the front line gets kind of sent into the bouncy castle. Yep. As the final ban here gets a little bit interesting, you know, the Alistar's already gone. It was played in game 1 somehow miraculously. They may look for a duck-down ban here instead. Something like an Ezreal could otherwise be relatively safe here. Not going to be safe into the Camille, but Camille goes so deep to get the Ezreal that it feels like you're trying to win.
I like the Braum ban. I actually kind of felt like Dr. Camille were angling towards like a Lucian Braum type angle. But the center is up. Oh god. Sometimes I'm thinking about her husband instead of her.
But I mean, the Senna is he's kind of tough into this comp, to be honest. And you can match the scaling here with Jiu's iconic Smolder. Everyone remembers that game. Yeah. Guma sniped him in the end, but he did so much heavy lifting to try to keep Nongshim's chances alive. I don't even have to say what year it is. You guys will remember that game. Opting instead for another Guma special, speaking of him, and the Caitlyn answer to the Senna.
So the Kate is going to come out, the Morgana that Lehens has already played to pretty good effect. While Peter was co-streaming, this was in that tiebreaker match. That Peter, of course, no, it wasn't. It was the last match of the season. And Peter was, they checked it out as Seraphine Center is something that we hadn't seen in the past. I version of this, but I like it. I'm into Morgana. You don't want to be picking these engaged champions.
Yeah, Tom Kench, he's got such a great mastery on, and it's super good into this composition. But I kind of like the Seraphine more because it almost feels like it's a really strong lane bully, but also has a lot of rotational power and is kind of like Budget Renata with the ultimate. You know, they look for the dive, you look for the charm, for the counter engage. But Tom Kench do something very different. Last time we saw Peter play this champion, we were all very concerned that it wasn't going to work, but he had an incredible level 1 engage and was able to make a big impact throughout the game. I'm worried though about picking Tom Kench into Caitlyn Morgana. Like, it is great for the team fights, but in the lane, it is just not going to do anything for you.
Yeah, that's why the Seraphine was holding before. It was like, but I could contest the lane. And then they're like, well, it's Caitlyn into center, so he's probably not anyway. He's like, all right, we'll sacrifice it. We'll just pick the Tom Kench, make sure that we have that for the later stages of the game. And already their top side is really strong. You look at Sion versus Camille, and you're like, but Sion's a tank. No, he's probably going to win lane. Sion's kind of broken at this point in time. The top side is very strong for KT, so I think that they can sort of let bottom lane weather the storm as best they can. Sort of that old Darmon 2020 type mindset, and just hope that they can have the level of utility later in the game.
How many plates do we see for you? That's the big question for me. Like, how many Caitlyn plates do they get if they leave it on an island here? Can be bailed out a little bit by the Xinjiao, but this time around, I think the draft is both cohesive here for Nongshim, but great into KT, so I'm going to have to give them a pretty significant edge here. I think the Sion needs to weather the storm and maybe try to fight back, as BDD is going to be once again the main character on this rise.
As he always is. Let's get on to the rift. Game 2. KT fans and Nongshim fans in full voice here in Law Park as we look to game number 2. They already stacked up, see whether anyone comes around the corner. Not going to be seen. I do like this from KT though. They're going for the opportunistic movements.
Last time we saw the Morgana, we were not super thrilled about it. Ox in particular was very upset about it, and it did work because of some moves that were made by Showmaker specifically. And you know, we know it can be quite strong into any sort of melee jungle to keep them out of hits, for example. The Dark Binding is so incredibly powerful.
He's 9 knockups as well, and he won't be able to maneuver your AD carry into the team. Some of those abilities as well.
In this lane, it kind of functions like Lux. You clear the wave really easily, and you look for bindings. Or you lose level 1.
Yeah, you might just get the total one, which is not happening right now. But I still think that, yeah, Lehens and Jiu are going to have so much fun.
They absolutely should. As the Senna is not going to be able to fight back against Caitlyn early, and Caitlyn is the pushing bottom laner. The marksman that can chip away at any melee support, especially if those hit.
Yeah, nice dodge, sorry. Peacemaker. He's not done. Looking to do his very best, picking up these souls. possible. Try and stack them well as best you can. Try and match this Caitlyn's range as soon as possible. It's going to be one of the difficulties.
And you gotta do as best as you can, try to secure all the farm that you can as your minions are constantly trying to push those of the enemy away from the turret. You can see a lot of these missed here.
Yeah.
Very tricky to see us this under turret. We did a decent job.
And also, like, Senna's auto attack is just so good. I know that our player's definitely better at it than I am. I just find, like, it's so frustrating. I loved her as, like, a champion, like, the idea and, like, the way she works and stuff like that, but, man.
When you use it, she's shooting a gun, right? But it feels like she's swinging a baseball bat.
Yeah, right? That's kind of how it feels.
Yeah, it's very weird. Well, they are trading back actually pretty well in this lane.
Yeah, it's sort of working. I mean, still the minions
you put the cooldown, you know, Caitlyn Qs, and then she just shoots every minion, and then the wave continues to push through, but holding their own here and not losing too much damage on the turret. As, yeah, you mentioned Sion is kind of in an insane spot right now, and with Grasp trades incredibly well, and is actually crushing early this Camille.
Yep. Does miss a bit of CS in this lane. It's just going to have to continue taking Qs, you could imagine.
Yeah, I noticed, you know, in the previous game, Perfect was happy to even drop a cannon to get like 20% of Keegan's health. He was very aggressively trading, and he's going to do the same here as we have that early lane swap here for the Caitlyn and Morgana, which is kind of a concern that you're not staying with that one there on the bottom side, because
he might have to flash. As Lance does throw out the Dark Binding pretty early. Still continuing to move on over here. We're going to take an opportunity to head back, and we'll rotate down towards this bottom side as the early swap happening once again.
Feels very weird at this timing. The scrubs are so far away, right? To just concede the Caitlyn lane into the Senna and just let that go and then play Camille into it. I feel like Duckdom is like, what? Okay, yeah. I'm happy to hit a turret. Am I allowed to hit a turret at 4.5 minutes?
I think it's a little bit like, Perfect, what have you been doing to the Camille on that?
Yeah, no, it's like, and now I can't even get back to the turret easily.
Yeah, this is, at least hookshot is available, and so Keegan is able to move himself up towards getting at least the caster minions in that wave, as KT will hold this one and keep Keegan locked underneath this turret as best they can. Piercing Darkness being very annoying. Hextech Sweep will be able to lock down the cannon there for Keegan.
Anyone who did see the lane swap meta that occurred for a very long time throughout last year can attest to that Sion is not going to have fun into the Caitlyn lane there on his own either, but it's great for Senna.
Alright, BDD immediately flashing out of the way of Gideon. He doesn't have the Cyclone as Cuz looking to make his way in Audacious Charge to try and block as Calyx in such an awkward spot has to flash himself as BDD trying to hold Gideon at arm's length, making sure the Nimbus Strike not going to be able to get him. You can see there, Cuz going to get locked down by the gravity well, and KT, no first bloods or anything like that, but they do manage to stave off the gang.
Do you remember when Willer played on Honolulu Life Esports and he was just like Chovy's bodyguard? I feel like in the early game of both of these games, Cuz is like, don't worry, I'm always there for you. Just saved so much pressure off here for BDD. BDD did have to flash, but Calyx having to flash in return. It's not
He probably wouldn't have needed to, right? They could have got the flash and then sort of backed away. I think they saw the kill angle as Perfect. A lot of physical damage to the kit of the Scion. You doing that, so not going to be able to break through a Black Shield very comfortably. Still fine. BDD here in this mid lane. Going to be pushing this one out. The first drink going to go down. Next one is a mount we could have like 5 in a row.
In fact, that Sion can just deal with this Camille so well that it's a Caitlyn that buys a cull as a Senna lanes into a Camille with Tom Kench 2v1 bottom lane. Makes me feel like even though the draft felt so great for Noxum, we're not getting the mileage out of it that they wanted to in this early game. Caitlyn is going to freely push into the Sion for sure, so she's getting kind of what she wanted either way, but the Senna is just chilling. Or the Caitlyn pushes in and gets, you know, value and place away is taking gold away from the Senna, pushing her away, threatening dives there. That with Wukong as your jungler, you can't really threaten dives until 6, and I guess this is Noxum's way of getting what they wanted in a roundabout way, but if I'm KT, I feel pretty good about how this early game has gone.
Yeah, I think it's kind of okay, right? I don't think that Noxum have really hit their power spike yet with what this composition is capable of, because it's probably going to lose out on
this ramp back. So as the Arcade Storm comes down mid lane, Calyx is going to be out of this lane once again.
Good vision there from Gideon. Knows exactly where Cuz is. Tracking this well. Perfect is coming down.
Yeah, perfect. Let's see whether he can get an angle here, as he might actually want to get the train out. Dark Binding connects onto Cuz. He does manage to take his Raptor as Gideon moves into the brush. Warrior Tricks is going to be up, and there is Black Shield, which is so powerful. Okay, perfect. Flashes over the wall to follow a Warrior Tricks. I don't know about that one necessarily. It doesn't really do anything with the ulti item.
I think I do know about that one. I think it probably wasn't the right call.
Alright.
I think you did too, but it's, you know, sometimes that's a caster safety term.
Maybe it caused Calyx to miss that cannon just then because he was also so confused.
Yeah, could be. That was the other thing.
He orchestrated -1.
Perfect is going to head down to the bottom lane, but he also used this ult in that skirmish. He won't be able to ult to catch this wave like he probably initially planned when they were going to swap back.
BDD. Calyx in place for now. Looking for a Dark Binding angle, but Phase Rush is on Hex Facility. That's going to deny it. Nova wants to be able to steal away some of these grubs. That's Gideon locking down the second one. As Crescent Guard going to have to be flashed there as the Snap Trap goes down. Nongshim still looking for more as the teleport comes in from Kingin. I don't know about the teleport, but they got BDD's managed to get the grubs.
Perfect, unfortunately, though, for Nongshim is going to get some alone time with his turret. They're looking for Duck Dump.
Yeah, hookshot comes down. Hextech Ultimatum coming on in there as Peter wanting to try and keep his AD carry alive, and the sidesteps. Beautiful. The barrier barely even necessary as the Cyclone gets a quad knock-up. He gets into that backline. Doc Dump is now going to have to flash. Oh my god, he's so close to dead. They got another auto, but it wasn't enough. The Dawning Shadow to try and save the rest of his teammates, and Nongshim is solo Calyx moving over, though the death ray is so scary. And Doc Dump brings everyone into the mist. BDD going to be able to soak up the ace in the hole, and there is no Scion here, but it looks like KT going to be okay without him for now.
I feel like maybe they didn't know BDD and TP top because he TP'd off of Vision, but they started to force the play anyways. They could have actually just looked to get plates in the mid lane for Calyx, but they stuck around here. Now this is pretty awkward for the side of Nongshim because they brought, 5 people top side, and then Perfect got 2 plates on the bottom side. He was just chilling thanks to the TP Camille. You can see BDD unseen here, so yeah, I think they just didn't know that BDD was here, thought this was going to be a really winnable fight, but Duck Dump, man, could he have played this better? Dodges that as well, as the barrier instantly, and then this is a great turn from Gideon. Just barely survives your flash the last possible second, fights back here, gets a little bit of healing.
Flash from Gio, but then the heal comes through. Oh my god.
And then the ult comes out, and it's shocking that in this 5v4, no one dies with these health bars, some of them sub 200. BDD eats the ult, but Perfect gets the plates on the bottom side and is able to take a small gold lead over this Camille as a result. Otherwise, small leads here for Nongshim in the bottom lane, which is expected.
Yeah.
Not because the Caitlyn was landing into the center, though. Here's the call.
And I don't know whether the CS gap between the center and the Caitlyn is quite enough to make Nongshim feel comfortable.
No, I don't really think so.
It's still 10, it's still decent, but the Caitlyn really wants to be accelerating, getting those plates as much as possible. Not quite happening just yet. Peacemaker coming on down. Dew. This is not necessarily like the classic Dew champion as we know. Like it's things like Healer and Zeri that he really does like. But his Caitlyn has been alright in the past.
Duck Dump doesn't have Shiv yet. Oh, Peter's looking for a gank.
Oh dear, we don't find the snare. Hookshot does come on down. The exhaust though. Peter wanted to commit to this one as he gets the gobble. And takes another turret shot. Don't know about that one, but still going to find a tongue lash. And the knock-up not quite going to work out. King is still looking for it, but does not get it. Peter stays alive, and that is first blood going over to Doc Dump. Disaster scenario for Nongshim.
Yeah, now Perfect does have his ultimate here, but no flash. They may look for a counter dive. BDD coming up though with Realm Worm at the ready. I just don't think they can commit. They know that Rise could be there at a moment's notice. So Perfect defends top side. They get the win in the bottom lane with that late swap to mid because Duck Dump didn't have Shiv, wanted to get it first. And then they end up getting a kill in the bottom lane, get the dragon, and there's no cross-map opportunity here because of that Realm Warp that BDD still holds. They see him, they ping him as he walks over this ward. And honestly, even Gideon being here is a little bit greedy.
Well, Gideon is going to find BDD, just trying to stop him from heading towards that top side. And oh my god, really? Come on, 5 in a row? That's absolutely absurd. It's got to be a bug. So now the Scion's going to be very happy about that. I think now the team should really be drafting towards Chemtech Soul.
Because that seems to be what's happening every time. Like, oh, dude, are you in the chat?
I mean, Senna's got some healing.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is definitely true.
And look at this play here from Peter as his greedy trade from Kingen. Doesn't have vision here. The root doesn't even land, but it doesn't matter. So he has the exhaust because he has unsealed spellbook here. Goes for the devour, eats that turret shot, gets the heal.
Yep, and has his own healing in the kit as well. I mean, Tom Kent's also low. Chemtech Soul.
And the kill goes obviously over to the Senna. So she's got Shiv now, she's back in the mid lane. And for Nongshan fans, this is not the start you wanted with this draft. I mean, it's only one kill, but it's just where the money is across the board that's so concerning. The fact that the Senna is so close to Caitlyn.
And this is also like such a comfy late game draft from KT as well. It is literally like protect the president, stand behind the brick wall, and just mow down turrets. Stockdown is going to have infinite range later on. He's sort of got it already as he does walk towards you there in a little bit of dangerous fashion. But it's item completed versus like that pathetic slingshot and a decently sized sword. Like it's Stockdown having full control on a champion that infinitely scales.
Yeah. The fact that a Scion has Sunfire and is just chilling with this Camille that's hookshotting away, you add all these things up, and there's not really any good news for Nongshan. Now, the one other part about this Senna pick, before we even saw the Caitlyn, that worried me was you're playing Senna into Wukong Camille, right? So that's kind of hard. That's a little bit challenging. You know, we're always going to keep your eyes on whether Duckdom has flashes on, where he's positioned. It gets easier the more range he has, but the mid game is certainly going to be decently weak. If you can see good engagement, King from medium when those ults are available. But he has Calm Tench with him, you know, and that makes it a little bit easier. You have to just be devoured, and also BDD can keep them at bay. Some good roots as well on this rise.
We have some added information as well, Wolf. I need to let everyone know that it's Chronicles fault. It's not necessarily Orcs as well.
Oh, really?
I'll just leave it at that. We might have some confirmation, but just so you know, it's his bad. Okay, BDD going to be pushing towards Khaled, who feels the need to ult to get him out of here. Felt like maybe there was a dive incoming. We do know that Peter was in the area. Lands on up. Khaled's going to be able to clear out this control ward. Frustrating. Darkbinding connecting is because standing on top of the ward right now.
Okay, Duckdom also seen on the ward. They know he's coming up here. Let's see what Nongshan decide to do.
BDD still in that brush, finds the Rune Prison. And yeah, the Black Shield not really going to last when there is BDD in the area. Cuz gets the knockup, Calyx goes down. Oh, the Rune is so incredibly good as Gideon is cycloning his way out as the Realm Warp going to be deterred just a little bit with that great Dark Binding from my hands, trying to buy some space. But here comes the train. That's half of Jiu's health bar from a tank. What the heck? He's going to have to flash as Perfect was taking the turret for about 600 years. Peter coming on over to try and save his Scion. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Jiu going to get knocked up into the sky. Well, not knocked up, just cut down. As the Black Shield not going to save him from that damage.
It's just doing Dragon BDD drops it and pushes the wave into a turret. Nongshan going to drop that one. And suddenly this game here, 15 and a half minutes, feels like we're already watching late game Senna Scion. And we're not quite through the mid games just yet. And that's a bit of a worrying sign here for how this game is going to play out. Pretty insane as they just outplay that fight.
BDD does stun himself by staying on the gravity field. Not sure about that one. Still, that is 10 points to BDD.
Let's have a look at this one more time. I mean, Peter has TP, by the way, which is why he makes that call to go mid right after this. Is this Ring of Trap, right? BDD is here, and Cuz is going to get the follow-up here. Duckdom also doing so much work, gets the root here, onto the Wukong, goes for the chase. Gideon makes the right call with the Rumble going between him and Lehens to go down. It's definitely the right move. Then you see that TP collapse from Peter on the top. Can't say, look for Jiu here, who actually ends up losing like half his health bar from the Scion ult alone. So is able to kite things back here because of the double turret. But they get Kingan's TP as well. And look at this move here from Peter. Never going to let his top laner down. He supports his whole team, not just his AD carry. Yeah, but look at this. Like, the Black Shield value, definitely there. But the fact that KD can just kite it out, heal it up, and still end up winning out on that exchange is pretty insane.
Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. So here is the confirmation. This is what I was talking about before. Thank you very much, G-Sun. As we had the transition, you can can see he was paying attention to the board game. Ox is a great game, right? It's really nice. We are going to be having a bit of focus on the game here as Ju in a little bit of trouble. Hens comes in with the flash heal. Keep him alive. Because still in the area.
Okay, hold on. Close.
Yeah, for an angle, they'll want to come down here as the BDD Peter special delivery gets him right on top of them. Duckdown to take down my hands. Ju's health bar is non-existent and King-In. He has hookshot. That's one heck of an ability, but BDD lost sight out. The Dawning Shadow Blind takes down the Caitlyn. And the train's like, where are my customers? No one's ready to take a ride. They're on the death chair. Already died. KT! This is insane! The leads we are seeing, the early game we are seeing, I think a little bit of a flood from Noxian with some elements of this game, but KT are just on form right now. They're going to get the soul point of the Chemtech soul, because as I was going to mention, Chronicler's just, I guess he's the one who wants Chemtech soul. We figured it out. Yeah, he loves Chemtech soul, man.
Baited Ox into a card game. Ox wasn't even paying attention to the game. It was clearly on screen behind him when that soul came through. So, you look at moments like this, and it's like the Hens and crew are moving down. You know, Ju is here alone, and there's so much range. Like, I mean, I can give credit to KT for how they played this, but also I think Noxian looking for an aggressive play where they didn't have vision on the other side of the map. Like, who were they trying to catch? BDD, I suppose, but they just left Ju alone, and then the skirmish happens where, like we said, just so much sustain here, so much chasing power, because Peter either teleports behind you or he just abyssals behind you. He just
I was gonna say, was that actually, did they realm warp in Peter Abyssal voyaging like the perfect, like, remember that was really cute.
Remember when Abyssal was actually a global? Peter's kind of making it feel like it still is.
Yeah, yeah, it's Abyssal Voyage. She went on Abyssal Voyage that time instead of just the dive. That's really, really cool. I don't have anything against the dive. It's a great show. As Gideon now just going to trickster his way over the wall.
Every time I see more members of Noxian fishing for something, they fail, and then I see KT are getting value side lanes. Perfect for half the time, but Duckdown here as well. There's 3 stacks of souls. Here, the break point we always talk about that's kind of essential if you really want to have a great Senna game is to hit 60 at 20 minutes. Like, he's just 4 stacks away from that with 40 seconds to go. And he already has 3 kills, so, you know, stacks be damned. I don't know if he really cares if it was a little slow this game, and it wasn't. Perfect is also flanking Ju.
Like from inside his base. Yeah, he's just gonna drive a train into him. Black Shield working out very well there for the Scion solo engage.
Wait, I think we went to
KT have dropped 2 grubs.
Yeah.
Like from the LCK Global Caster opinion, it's perfect gameable.
Oh god.
Because they didn't get the whole 3. Although I guess 2 out of 3 on the new patch.
I mean, technically, it is kind
of... It is
an
objective. Never mind. It's not a perfect game.
I don't really like it. Anyway, Perfect is moving in. Soul Furnace explodes for so much damage. Lance in so much trouble here. As Duckdom, he finds it with that last order, then flashes on top of Ju. Duckdom is out of control today. As he's flashing forward, going for these big plays. King-In looking to try and deny that theoretical pseudo-perfect game. And it's the Scion that's going to look to stop it. Otacon on the menu here for KT, and there it is. King-In is just going to ruin the debate forever as taking a turret. Definitely going to take the perfect game away.
I mean, they're losing this Otacon, though. At least he got some bounty gold for his team, I suppose, as Gideon is trying to catch this mid-wave as a jungler, as the enemy team is doing Otacon. If that doesn't show you the game state, I don't know what will. Fans at home, I think a lot of people probably looking at that 5,000 gold lead, I think that's the real story. But it's a center comp for the Scion that's 1,400 gold ahead. With BDD on Rise, he hasn't even finished his Rod of Ages yet. We've got 3 minutes to go on that one. As it's crazy how
the Roar of the Slayer value is absurd as well.
He's just playing Scion, but it feels like he's playing Camille. He just keeps catching the AD carry over and over and over again with his kit. And there's just no escape for Ju, man. He's been targeted on this game, and Perfect is finding angles. He had a great laning phase. KT feels like everyone is firing on full cylinders. Everyone is playing at their very best, because we've seen weeks where Perfect wasn't, right? He even had casting summon for him. Ducked off early in the season as well. Everyone was saying this is the weakest AD carry in the LCK. This is not the case right now. He's having an incredible Senna game. He had a great Forest game, last game around.
Yep.
And then Cuz and BDD are playing both at their full form. They both had their rocky moments. They've been the most consistent parts of this. And Peter, you know, so there's some weird Alistar moments, but he has had such a glow up from round 2 onward, and it's not just Nico. It felt like for a while, I was like, well, he can play Nico really well now. He's playing Alistar well, he's playing Tom Kench well. Man, he's like the only one who's playing top catch.
Yeah, he's also, it's like the vibes, man. Like, so Peter was good enough even when he wasn't playing all that well, just because having Peter on your team is such an incredible bump to the mental. He's still that, but he's also good. Like, it's almost unfair. He almost has too many stats, you know? That's how I sort of think about it. They divvied up too many stats towards Peter. He's powerful now.
I thought after watching yesterday's series that there wasn't going to be another best of 5 that could be anywhere close to as one-sided, but KT said, hold my keyboard.
Yeah, they did. Not that Peter even needs a keyboard. I was listening yesterday and apparently he just clicks everything and it's all just fine. As that's 2 turrets going down on the top side of the map. KT kind of milling about in the meantime here towards the bottom lane as they do get the crash in bottom lane as well. That is a lot of objective bounties going over and gold lead isn't massive.
Ooh, TP flank here as well from Calix.
Ooh, we were perhaps getting too enthusiastic. Never mind, Purp's on a pretty good angle here, but so is King and Calix alongside him. But can they get to the rest of the team before they're all dead? Gideon moving over, Lahen's out of the fight already, and Gio is going absolutely nowhere. Gideon's flashed in. Kingen gonna get knocked away momentarily, but the Devour keeps Doctom alive. The teleport in comes trying to escape. As the Hextech ultimatum's down onto him as Kingen trying to get out. He will do so. And BDD is looking to try and kill Calix and then kill Kingen immediately afterwards. And look, he succeeded.
I mean, KT, even when it looks like maybe they've been caught, maybe they've overextended. I mean, they were getting a ton of value in their pushes. 2 turrets went down, tons of bounty gold. The teleport flank is a bust, and I think this game may just be at the beginning of its end.
Oh dear. There is the dodge from Doctom. And yeah, once he's shot him once, he is just dead.
I mean, he's practically gotten 20 stacks in the last 3 minutes here, and that's the inhibitor to go over to KT as they get yet another Chemtech Soul. Okay. So is there a correlation between Chemtech Souls and KT winning? Because so far it's been 100% accurate, you know? Every time we get Chemtech Soul, KT wins the game. And, you know, they're winning the game in this one very hard, Atlas. They really are. The fact that Gio is just constantly being killed by Sion in this game means that they just have no control whatsoever. He's just trying to farm, he's trying to be Caitlyn, he's trying to get out of the trough. I just don't know if there is a way out of the trough in this one.
And also, like, he's a Caitlyn trying to fight with 3 people trying to flank at the same time. And so he's just by himself. Has Lahen's, but Lahen's was chunked out and taken out of the fight immediately.
Because he did get ulted and died, but I think he gave his life for the good of the colony.
He didn't want them to get a kill. I think. Yeah, the problem was, I'm pretty sure Doctom was just like, yep. Not feeling too enthused because Lahen's, he's trying to walk his way out. They do have the gravity well, and the Dark Binding is decent, but oh god, there's too many KT members. And Perfect is fighting against Kingen, and Kingen is opting out, as you understandably would.
Ulted there as well, tried to stop the hook shot, but was unsuccessful. But he's like, I'm just gonna kill Gio again, that's what I want to do.
Yep. He's gonna look for that one. In the meantime, KT are doing 17 things at once. There's a flash forward from Peter wanting to lock down Gideon. The Abyssal Dive still on cooldown for the next little while.
KT are making Gnome look like they're like an 8th place, 9th place team in the LCK right now. Like
I was like, is DNF actually in road to MSI?
I mean, DNF played closer games than this, to be honest.
Oh, that's actually true. Didn't they go to 3 last time they met? I don't know whether that is the case, but it certainly felt like we haven't seen KT obliterate someone like this in at least 20 hours.
Yeah. Perfect is probably fine.
Yeah, no, he's never gonna die. BDD might. Never mind. He's got Doctom. He's a healer. And Lance is really dead. Calix is gonna have to meet Cuz here as well, who charged up the knockup. And there it is.
They're suffering, KT. I can't watch any more of this.
This is so
This is actually painful.
It's 9,000 gold lead in 26 minutes. They won the game in 28 minutes in game number 1. As Peter dives his way out of there, King are going to try and take him down. They're going to look to ignore the Scion, which might be a good strategy. They'll turn though as Gio able to pump some shots into it. The ultimate just back up now and he's absolutely insane, charging up the cube, and Gio's able to kite this one out. This is taking way too long, guys. It's kind of absurd. As he eats a cupcake and now looks for more. What are we doing, KT? What was that? They're winning the game.
Perfect.
Oh, the the trap, but he had Soul Furnace anyway. He wasn't going to die, but KT is still going to win this game. It is match point now, and KT, this roller coaster has turned into a missile.
I have seen very few things like this across my career. When we talk about playoffs, this is a road to MSI. This is not playoffs, right? This is not even technically the LCK. But like the amount of times I've seen one-sided games like this, a professional player, like and international tournaments like WCG, where it's like South Korea versus the guy from South Africa, who isn't even like in Masters League. You know, like this is something else, man. And Nosham came in as the higher seed, and not one analyst predicted them to win because KT looked like a different team than they were in regular season. They have all the momentum right now. Nosham, lost to D+ there in the end in that final game, which I think affected a lot of people's opinions, but KT are just smashing their way to Busan, man. Like, right now, 5 games in a row, and a majority of them extremely one-sided. This is about as big of a glow-up as you could ever get. Like, I cannot even overstate how this was barely a game of League of Legends past 10 minutes. Like, this is twice in a row one-sided games I've ever seen. Like, in a playoffs, like, yeah, you could have this in regular season. We've seen Gen G do this to teams. We've seen Gen G do this to Bro. But we haven't seen KT do this to a team that's 2, well, actually technically only 1 seed higher than them in a gauntlet. I don't know, Atlas.
This is kind of ridiculous. The roller coaster can't go higher. It can't, so maybe the reverse sweep is on the cards. Remember, it is a best of 5. Noxshim not down and out just yet, but they're really going to have to start picking up their keyboard and mouse in this series. Break time when we get back to space. Going to break it down, and then we'll have game number 3 to see what the Noxshim can give us a series.
It's okay. Hancho is carrying us. I'm not even doing anything. Do you see any orbs around? You should see like orb icons on the map out to boots. Like there should be one over here or something. Like not on the map, but like on your screen there should be like directional orbs pointing. Like the boss loop. Okay. Huh? Where? How do you even? Oh, I found this.
Welcome back to the space and in the words of KT. Wow! It is 2-0 by KT. They are dominating so far, and I'm feeling quite delighted, enthusiastic, eager, hysterical. How about you, Valdez?
Yes, I am pretty exhilarated and also feeling pretty enraptured by the play so far.
You can say excited.
Oh no! What did? He doesn't get it. He doesn't. Alright, well let's take a look at the last game again. Game number 2. We better draft here for Nongshim, but they wanted to snowball this late game position very, very hard, not quite able to.
It just feels like Kayla Morgana, we were not big fans of that one, especially Morgana. It doesn't feel like a good answer into the Senna. You're leaving R5 for the Tom Kent. It's perfect for Peter. He played it so well. And also, Victor Wukong.
Well,
what's going on here,
well, listen. As a bot laner, I want to play Morgana. It's one of the best lane harassing combinations. But I don't want my mid jungle to be a Victor Wukong hovering both sides. I want something really strong in the early game. I want something that you can pressure in the early game, helps like dive into the bot lane. But I feel like Victor Wukong and Camille, they can't do anything. Like they don't help me like pushing bot lane, they pressure bot lane. You know? So I feel like their picks are just not synergizing well each other. And also, enemy team has Sion, and I'm a Sion lover.
Sion lover, I think immunity as well on the rise. You need that over essentially for free into Xinjiao as well. Over Buzz, right? You just have so much global pressure, and Pete here just running you around the map. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, they were. Let's take a look at the highlight here, though, from the early game for KT. You can see Nongshim attempting at the grubs to try and make a play, but KT able to hold off.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'm saying. Like, you are playing Kingdom Morgana, so you want to do something in the early game. But I don't want my Camille to TP to the top lane when he has no items. You know what? Camille is late game champion, late game value champion. So I want my Camille to just farm on the bot lane and just chill out. But this is happening and it's not even working out.
It's just so forced, right? I mean, they send King in, they ult, and then they do it again with their jungler, right? Gideon tries to go in on the Wukong, and Duck Dom, he's got the fancy scene, you know, he goes for the shield, or rather the heal right at the very end. And they just overextend. And meanwhile, Sion's getting free plates, he's getting free XP, he's totally catching up to Camille. Did very well in the early game, and they didn't even get the kill.
What can he do? Victor is here, Camille is here, Wukong is here, but they just wanted to farm. But they are trying to snowball for the Camille or the Caitlyn Morgana, but it's not working out. So that's how I feel from their team.
Yeah, update from Lord says in chat, Wadidi is now on his list.
KT looks pretty good still. Here in the mid lane, you get to see the power of this composition.
And it doesn't start out very well, obviously, right? He just kind of essentially dies for free, doesn't immediately, but you don't have a Caitlyn anymore, and trying to match the Caitlyn, who, by the way, was trying to 1v2 at the beginning of this, into the Senna is not working well. And again, BDD sets up the play, Freedom comes in with the Room Prison, is right there on time. We've also got a Tom Kent to engage, and
why my Camille is here?
Yeah, I don't know.
I said my Camille! I want my Camille to farm on the side lane. Can you get the items? Can you actually push the side lane? can you actually pressure Sion?
You see that, you know, the Senna ult hits actually do, but also Perfect's coming in from the other angle on Sion. It's just, oh man, KT are just on another level.
This is disaster. You know, I mean, I already mentioned that they had great draft plan in the game 1, but I feel like they didn't have a great plan against KT comp. But the game 2, I don't even feel like they have great comp around like, their champions here. I don't feel like they have a great champion around Caitlyn Morgana. So I feel like, again, they have to fix the draft, but also, when they really talk about their players, Lehans and Calix, I feel like those two players have to step up, especially Lehans, one of the playmakers for Nongshim, and I feel like Calix, he was the reason why Nongshim got a lot stronger. His solid performance in the mid lane helped a lot for Nongshim to just build around the early game, but I feel like those two are not having a great game.
Yeah, Calix was brought in to provide the stability, and then playmaking has been the side of Lehens, but I feel like you haven't gotten either one. BDD's been able to take over the game, and Lehens has had some terrible runs of luck here in game 1 and 2.
What?
Yeah, it's been an issue. I think that the drafts, we can talk about it all day. Like, Nongshim losing draft twice on blue side is a big issue, but also the execution that's out there, right? Like you're talking about, a lot of forced plays, not really playing around what their composition does in the first place is a big issue, whereas KT, you know, they benefited so much from the run that they've had so far. It's kind of hard to stop this train, to stop this roller coaster, right?
Yeah, all right, Wadidi, you are now on Nongshim's side. What do you do here? What do you draft here? Because it feels like you need anything. You need something to hold on to.
Come on with it. Question.
Oh my god, that's really rough. Man, guys. You guys can do it, man. Just show me something.
Wait, I said, what are we drafting? And you're giving me an inspirational speech?
I feel like I have to do that inspiration speech. That's all, you know. I don't know what to do, man. All they have to do is to have some confidence.
All right, well, you heard it here from Coach Wadidi.
You can do it!
Have some confidence.
Do something! Please!
All right, well, we'll see what happens here. Again, one game away from Busan. KT, will they be able to do it? Or will the Noodle Boys be able to battle back? All right, don't worry, we did. I've got it. I figured it out, and I was helped by the fan sign that we just saw before. What they need to do is they need to collect the Dragon Balls, and then they get the wish with Shenron to get them to win the game. That's what they can do.
Well, then they have to find them like 2 more times to get the wish to win game 4 and 5.
Yeah, they need to do it on a different planet because there's a cooldown, isn't there? Something like that. That's why they went to Namek in the first.
Other fan sign,
I'm not quite sure.
The other fan sign was making it look a little bit more doomed. I saw the top 1 brackets were feeling ill on the roller coaster, and the Nuggery was throwing up on the KT roller coaster. I'm worried for Nongshim here, but being a ban on the York does make sense, but one of the other champions that Perfect has really pushed towards here in round 2 onward. The bye is just a perfect. Remember, KT, by the way, if they win this 3rd game, they'll be 6 in a row, and they've done it 3 times in this series on red side.
Yep.
Just to put that into perspective.
And twice in the last series on red side as well, right? They started off on blue, but then DK lost a whole bunch of times. So this is a lot of red side practice for KT, and they're making it look like their preferred side right now, as Cousins in Italy is going to be taken away, something that he has found so much success on. And I think the Italy ban actually helps stop BDD from playing Corki as well, which he's really good at.
Ban is usually right. Call the day, like, let's see what the first pick is going to come out as.
I imagine that could be something like that, and there it is.
So what's the prio pick here now? For the side of Nongshim Red Force, maybe an Ari draft, because the Pantheon gets left open this time, so
that makes some sense.
There's a lot of different ways you can play around this global here. And if they want to, they don't have Camille Galio, sadly, because Camille's gone already, but if it's a strong matchup for the Galio in the mid lane, perhaps that could be an angle here. KT on the other side. BDD doesn't have to make his choice right now. Look for the Renekton, even with that ban on the Nidalee.
Yeah, Renekton coming in. This could be a Cuz Lilia angle, but instead they are going to lock in the Ahri for BDD.
I mean, Ahri plus Pantheon is super strong, so they want to deny that. I think that's a wise call here from the side of KT Rolster. And the Renekton feels pretty safe blind, and with the performances we're seeing from Perfect across this series, I feel like you can kind of trust that. I wouldn't have trusted that from Perfect in round 1, but I feel pretty good about it here in this series. As Calyx will drop the Annie mid, the pool gets thinned out further. Pretty strong with the Pantheon.
Yep, not too bad. It's been adjusted a little bit on this patch, that it is like, what, W damage down, armor up, something like that. Yeah, I'm just not really sure whether it's done too much.
Not really a change of how it operates in Pro. A little bit weaker laning phase, arguably, but... And honestly, not even that much.
Yeah, and paired alongside a Pantheon, you're still going to find a whole lot of value as the Elise will be finally priority picked for Lehend.
This feels like Lehend's just playing what he wants, and that's often a good thing. Yeah, but it's very early in this draft and very blind and face up here, so it does allow KT Rolster to draft their bottom side around it. You see the Nocturne being considered here instead of the Viego. Thought because his efficiency on the Viego, he'd be looking for that here, but a lot of ways to lock down Paperman and not allow him to play the game. So going for the Nocturne, which has been so strong in team fights, objective fights, where you just turn the lights off, make it so difficult for even Annie to set up that stun or set that flank because she can't see where the targets are. Feels pretty good.
It certainly works.
And he can just spell shield her stun. It plays it well.
I feel like KT don't have the same level of synergy that we've seen in the last couple of team comps that they put together in the first 3 picks, but these are still strong picks. We're moving later and later into Fearless Draft, and so more and more options have been removed. Now going to be taken away here from Kingen.
I think the Jax will probably be the final ban here from KT, because it works really well with Pantheon, and it can be a strong match when as they once again target Peter on this Nico, which is great into the Elise as well.
Yep. I was wondering about the Aatrox situation.
Aatrox also a fine ban. I would agree with that. I think both of those picks pretty smart here to ban away from Kingen. You never know what Kingen's going to do. He has quite an unusual champion pool, but he does normally stick to the basics, especially in a game like this. Kaisa instead.
I actually thought that Kaisa might fit the KT comp.
Yeah, I actually kind of thought
they just take it away.
Yeah, who allows them to go a little bit more all-in on dive. Can be a tough lane into whatever Gio is playing with this Elise though. So I guess that's part of why they decide to ban it.
It's Ezreal.
I think that's what they're angling for here, but it can just be banned in this final slot.
They decide to do that. Of course, you know, Braum's still something that they might want to consider. Xayah can have a fair bit of value as there's the Lucian takeaway.
Xayah also feels pretty decent here for KT with their composition that's kind of dive focused. You do end up getting to control the pace of those fights, and the low range doesn't necessarily matter. So they pick the Xayah. And Gio has been known to be a strong Zeri player who can clean up team fights. When he gets to the Supreme late game, like, he has carried quite a few of these. But he doesn't have that much power with this Elise necessarily in the lane.
Yeah.
A lot of other picks. I like the Ezreal way more for what it does for this draft.
I think nameplate's off. I think the Ezreal does fit. I think Gio trying... Oh, okay, that's a cannon. Locked in against the Renekton. This is something that we have seen many times in the past. It's a tale as old as time as far as top lane matchups are concerned. King can try his hand at it when it's been mainly Zayas playing it this season. As the Xayah Rakan, the obvious lock-in.
I think that it feels pretty obvious, but it also is kind of risky into this comp. If you get caught by anything, if you're trying to make that flank and then Pantheon just stuns you, you're so squishy into a comp that will blow you up, but that you know, requires a lot of things to go your way. And you can't even see the Rakan engage because the Nocturne ultimate is coming out, makes it a little bit more difficult to play around that Rakan flank, depending on how Peter plays it. I feel like KT's comp has a very clear theme. Noxim's comp kind of feels like, especially with the Kennen and Annie, feels like they got what was left over that they feel pretty confident in these matchups with, but doesn't have strong synergy with the Pantheon necessarily. I was expecting, like, for example, the Jax I mentioned, because if you can win that lane, you can play through the Jax gets big, you push the side lane, the Pantheon follows that, it becomes difficult to punish. It's so hard to try to index in the side lane though when there's a Nocturne on the other side that can match you so well. And we do have both of these junglers having that global presence both sides here. I think what instead they went for was supreme teamfight power in CC. They've got the Kennen ultimate, they have the Annie. It's all going to be very difficult to play out though when you fall behind, you lose vision, and Nocturne can just turn the lights off and you can't see where exactly it is you need to hone in on. And with the Xayah, your prime target can just press R. As Perfect is looking for one more.
Yep, just needs to get that finger down. We'll see whether Perfect can find it as they're knocking on the door. Only need one more here against Nongshim and Red Force. This time, I'd agree with you. I think that, like, I kind of like what Nongshim have put together. It's very short range. They're playing into a Xayah that can be a problem, but that's a lot of pressure on Docton to perform in this game. And I don't think it's a draft problem for KT moving into game number 3. It's going to have to be a full switch up from Nongshim mentally to get back into this series.
There's still fire everywhere. But here, take this, because this might do more consistent damage. So maybe you should use it instead, Bell.
Alright, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and we're already fighting. Lens goes up, goes down, and then goes down, truly. There's first blood going over to BDD. We needed the mental reset. We're going to need another one. Alright, there is the knock-up onto Jiwoo. Okay, Perfect goes home.
In terms of goal to win for KT, but let's see if Kingen...
Oh my god, he was already starting the back. Like, Perfect, can you try being afraid of a something?
KT will lose a lot of health bars here. We'll have to reset. The reset time a little bit worse for them, but see how this did start off here as Lens goes for an aggressive level 1. The cocoon on the fuzz gets the electrocute proc. PD starts charm, and yeah, there's just not enough Nongshim here. Unfortunately, Kingen at level 1 is not going to be able to impact this play.
They didn't expect the rest of KT to be over the wall.
Yeah, it's just not any information still committing to it. And this is the coin flip you often get with this Elise pick, especially when Lens is playing it. Yep, calling out to go for Elise, got him.
He's having a bit of a giggle. He's like, please get the heck out. Lands the charm to stop you from getting a few extra autos in. Pressing attack can be pretty dangerous, so Cocoon going to be connecting once more here towards the bottom side. There's another repel going to get forced down, but Uptime and Peter not necessarily going to be super powerful in this lane to start things off, especially up against this Elise that does have so much early power. Maybe not with just Cocoon repel, but
I don't think this is a loss here for Nongshim that's going to make you feel like this game is good for sure. You know, it's a big lead for BDD, but they still have that strong lane in the bottom lane. Obviously, the range advantage for Cannon on the top side, and the game won't really change that much from the extra gold that BDD picked up. To be honest, as you can see here, the enemy is still even pushing this lane in. Not going to impact things right now, but really nice defensive play there from KT, and Nongshim kind of overextending for that play, just not having the vision they needed. And I think it speaks to the desperation of being down 0-2 against this insanely powered up KT. And I think when it comes to the draft here, for Nongshim, it's just about the mid-game. You have to get through the mid-game without making big mistakes. Otherwise, you are going to have a really tough time. If the Nocturne comp has vision, has map control, it becomes so much more difficult to play out here.
Just coming in here as both mid laners are getting low. One thing fun to talk about is the fact that it's lethal tempo cannon. This has been Kingan's favorite, is the on-hit AD cannon in his top matchups, whereas Zeus would definitely be going for the AP route.
He has gone AD though, Zeus.
Yeah, he's done a bit of it in the past. It's just that this season, we've seen both of these for the different variants.
Just gonna get dope here. Looks like Gideon's got full stacks for that extra stun.
Yep, level 3 here, Perfect as well as PDD is solo killed underneath his turret. That's kind of insane. The flash forward, Perfect is trying to go for it here, and he finds the 2v1. It is still going to be followed up, but that is a brilliant outcome here for the KT top laner after it all went wrong in mid.
Yeah, mid lane, kind of a disaster there for BDD. As we'll see how that eventuated in its entirety in the replay. But this is really a great start here for Nongshim after what was a blunder at level 1. Ending up getting 2 kills here for the 1. Good trade back from Perfect, best possible case scenario, but he is still struggling into this AD cannon and is significantly down in CS as BDD gets stunned.
Ooh, and the ball deception does go wide. He just overstepped.
Yeah, it's just the electrocute flash auto. Good read there by Calix, knowing the exact timing of the electrocute proc. Yep. And then Perfect here, going for the stun afterwards is actually quite brilliant. Does of course have his flash available, so he can flash for this stun here. The extra turret shot goes through, adds the damage. Will still of course go down to the cannon, but without that play, he ends up just dying for free. Yeah. Will lose his flash of course, and still not going to get a great spot in this lane. Picked up a no magic mantle, is actually just getting the hell out of that lane. In fact, he's just going to go lane into Ezreal instead.
That looks to be the angle. I think understanding the Merc treads are going to be incredibly powerful, even if it is an AD cannon that he's going to be facing. Largely going to be physical damage that he's going to need to worry about. Just need to mitigate the stuns coming from everywhere in that 2v2.
Yeah, this Renekton is not going to be in this game anytime soon, though. So that's a big issue here for KT. Yeah. A lot of their mid-game power.
Well, there's the flash cocoon. It's come through from my hands. A little bit of a split as far as the targets, but Peter is still taking so much damage. Does make his way out of there. As Cuz will turn up to look to defend. And BDD fighting back here in this mid lane, really wanting to make up some lost ground. And this start is so much better for Nongshim.
It's their best start of the series so far for
And we know now that it's Wadid's fault.
Yeah, Laura's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, she was already disappointed, and now it's just kind of over.
Well, a lot of focus here on this top side, knowing that Renekton is basically a potato at this point in time. Calling him a handbag would be giving too much credit, I think, at this point.
Yeah, handbags can do a lot of damage. Like, you know, like the handbags with the bricks in them that the grandmas carry around sometimes to fend off bad guys.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, put anything in there.
Yeah, it can be dangerous. This is a handbag with a pillow.
Yeah, potato unfortunately just goes with a lot of dishes, but it's really going to hurt you. I mean, now if he was a hot potato, I feel like we can't even give him that, though, to be honest.
I mean, it's been like a potato can be dangerous. Like, you've seen some of these potato cannons; they can get pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I just don't know if
maybe it's not even a potato. Maybe it's something else. King and 6. Yeah, King's going to go in. Does get the stun down onto Doctom. The flash over as Doctom's going to have to flash, get himself out of the way. Doesn't have the Blade Caller just yet, but they don't have the damage to take down the Xayah.
That was really clean on both sides. Doctom gauging that really well, weaving in those auto damage just to make sure they can't follow up dive him with the damage he did there and then get away. But the follow flash there from King was actually beautifully played. Get over the knock-up attempt there from Peter. That's perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
And this Renekton is very far behind in farm, and the Israel is just chilling. So it feels very good about this lane. And this allows the Hens to have a lot more power elsewhere on the map with this lane assignment with the Elise, which is exactly where he wants to be. See it back to come through, though, as we're swapping the Israel back top side. And level 6 isn't ready just yet for Gideon. A little bit of advantage for Cuz. I don't know if we'll really be able to utilize it right now, though. Not really much to engage onto. They're going to try to take this dragon first. With the prio, they actually got bottom side with that as they'll swap back to top lane. Nongshim are just going to lose this one for free. Yeah, no contest. I mean, they're kind of in the area, but does not have enough oomph to stop this one.
Well, Perfect is going for a wraparound here, and they turn the lights off. They're going for the cannon, the flash forward to guarantee the fear as in comes Gideon, but Perfect is just playing defense while Kingin is getting taken down lower and lower. Still, he does manage to make it out, and there's no flash on Perfect. He doesn't have the dice, didn't get that one activated, and the cocoon placement is so good. Bean's able to help take him down.
Beanie gets a plate in mid lane, but I think Nongshim are very happy with the kill they grabbed over. We'll continue to have a pretty significant gold lead here, and we'll keep the Renekton out of the lane, keeping them unable to farm. Beanie on 3 plays.
Yeah, 2 points is a lot.
Yeah,
actually, as the charm is going to connect. Molten Shield not really helping Calyx out too much here. And there is the plate money.
Yeah, big money for BD in this one. You can see Doctom a level down here as we get level 6 off this minion. Is not feeling great though about how his lane is going. BD needs word. This is a bit dangerous because there is a ward.
There's so much vision for Nongshim, actually.
I like
check this one out once again.
I really like this call from KT. They're so incredibly on offense. Cuz goes for the flash to guarantee the fear goes through here. The problem is Pantheon could be here at a moment's notice when he hits level 6 off, I believe, the red buff just moments before. If he doesn't have ult, the timing of this is just a little bit faster. I feel like this works incredibly well for KT. They still got the dragon. They bit off a little bit more than they could chew there. Great response there from Gideon and Nongshim. King played it well on top of it all, but really cool play there to see them collapse using the Renekton, using the Cuz flash there to guarantee the fear on the cannon, trying to prevent him from getting value in that fight.
Didn't have quite enough damage with Perfect not being there, so a little bit unfortunate, but of course, KT a little bit further behind this time around. Gonna have to play some honest League of Legends here in game number 3. I'm glad, because I feel like we're finally casting a game.
Yeah, no, this is actually a real game.
Instead of just Stompsville that we've been living in for the last couple of them.
And I want to see what happens when KT doesn't have a lead. How do they respond?
Yeah, Slice going to come on through there as he at least has his Merc Treads done. Now with the Dominus and the teleport coming in. Perfect. Looking to stand his ground. Will get stunned up as the flash forward to try and lock down my hands, and he just explodes. Yeah, now BDD with that reset angle, but not going to be able to get in there. And look, Cuz actually holds the paranoia. Doesn't dive on top of the cannon. We'll just let him get underneath the turret. They understand that Nocturne need to be respected in this game, especially this cannon.
Yeah, I think that was a wise call to back away. And, you know, there's not much use for that Nocturne ultimate for the next few minutes, so it won't necessarily feel bad that they end up losing that one without actually committing to it. See how aggressive BDD wants to be here. He may be caught.
Yeah, doesn't have Spirit Rush. Charm is going to connect really nice from BDD there, and What Deception is doing a lot of damage. Just lost track. Uh-oh, Alex getting baited. Yeah, there's a grand entrance. Perfect just walks over and holds him in place. Still, Calix not to be dying just yet. Throws a bear down because sometimes you just want to do that. Throw a canyon into the lane.
BDD is just chilling here.
Yeah, Lehens. A little bit of trouble. Oh, there's 3 people. So Lehens should be in trouble. It looked like it was.
Now, I guess technically speaking, if Cuz had this paranoia when they looked for that catch on the Calix and he had it, he would have looked for the kill there, and feels bad he didn't have it. But I mean, they're just getting
wait. Perfect. There's a crocodile. Okay. We saw the drop there before. What about the drop crocodile?
Perfect is just resigned to, I don't kill minions, I try to help my team kill champions. He's just like, I'm not actually in this game really, I'm not really in a lane. I'll catch which minions I can. The ones I can find, I'm just going to chill in mid for a second. Tries to get a bear, sadly will not. For his sake, for Calix is very happy he does not get that bear. He's just going to chill here, grab these minions, look for another play there on the Lehens. Now, maybe in trouble.
Yeah,
not really.
Perfect did manage to last its minions. Slice so has that dice available. And Dropzone is still up here towards his top side. Still about north of 10 CS behind. Not quite 20 against Jew as Peter moving over.
What gives you hope for a Nocturne is the fact that they've been able to draft something that works really well from ahead and then got it pretty significantly, right? And the coordination has been good. If you're a KT fan, you're pretty happy, I think, with how aggressively KT have been able to find some ins in this game despite it, but they're just not yet enough. As you can see here, Perfect is still, like, as I said, he resigned himself to not laning. He does kind of still have to get the minions. He doesn't have a support item, you know? So, Lehens is also just lurking to look to cocoon him, and you know what? Kingen has flash and ult, and Perfect may die, even though BDD is waiting.
Yeah. Lehens does find that cocoon as there is the Dominus. Keep Perfect alive, and oh, it was all a bait! And look at all the health with that Call the Meek, that was kind of massive, but Gideon comes down. BDD now running for the hills as Cuz finally gets in. Didn't actually press the button. I think he was out of range to actually join the fight. So KT not really finding the angle there outside of getting the 1-for-1 and killing the more valuable top laner.
Yeah, arguably a trade up here, as that's not going to affect anything, but Lehens very greedy with this, and that charm hits. I think this is definitely a kill to go over 2 KT rolls. So this is going to be Nocturne taking this second Dragon of the game into our inevitable 6th Chemtech Soul in a row that we will have here on a road to MSI. But
oh, the flash! BDD, he did kind of connect the charm. That was kind of weird. And, okay, well, we're not going to get 6 in a row, which would be kind of cool. We'll just get the next worst dragon instead. You're not off the hook, Hogs.
Alright, this is starting to be too much here, though. I mean, Nocturne can really do no wrong here. Nice spell shield.
Yeah, Fear is going to be put together as the flashes are traded as Gideon goes in. Out goes Peter after the battle dance. Actually pretty cutely played. As Doctor gets behind the minions. That's going to keep them alive against you.
That's the turret, I think, for Nocturne. They are completely denying KT from getting anywhere near it. So much farm is being lost. Renekton falling further and further behind. Perfect trying for something.
Yeah, we're going to dive on top here. It's going lower and lower. The Cocoon going to go wide this time as BDD getting a lot of value out of that true damage. They just want to get towards the turret. Oh, my God, comes through. Doctor! He gets the 1v1 against Jude. That was sick flashes everywhere. And this finally going to tank up the charm. Another paranoia comes in. And Peter gets the quickness. And he stays alive. Cuz gets into the back line. And now he's looking to rend them down. Calix comes in. He's got a bear in tow. And he's looking scary. But oh, the instant interrupt. That crocodile was ready to go ballistic, but they had the slicing maelstrom, and Nocturne this time have some answers.
I mean, it's always 1 step forward or 2 steps back here. The fact that KT's getting these steps always huge.
Oh my God, okay, BDD. BDD, what the hell? This game needs to calm down.
Peter's play in that last play. You can't make that play unless you have insane aura, insane confidence.
confidence. You don't care about your own life. You don't care about anything but the team. The fact that Perfect is this far behind and still making these trades happen. I mean, it's still 1,000 gold to lead for Notion. The gold has shrunk. Still so much power in that bottom lane, and KT find their way into some of these defensive fights. Duckdom getting the solo defensive kill topside feels massive because now he's got a gold lead. BD is popping off. I mean, some of the things I'm watching with my eyes here, what Peter does in this moment.
Like, how does he live?
It's so insane. He gets back, nobody can touch him. No auto from Calyx there on top of him because the paranoia is down, so it's really hard to react. That's what I was talking about. When the paranoia goes down, it's really hard to actually play around the whole.
Slicing Maelstrom. Just came off.
He wants to have that kill. He wants to kill them. He wants to look for a double there. He is shut down. Watch Duckdom also be a god over here. KT is playing this game on hard mode, but making it look playable.
I mean, it's still in a really rough spot, right? Like, there's no the world on the bottom side of the map. But let's have a look at this from Duckdom's perspective. Getting the feathers in position.
And live.
Oh, and we've got more fighting as KT in a great position here. Two just explode, and the charm is going to connect. BDD is now looking to get these resets and get out. Oh, the orb of deception he prepared earlier is gorgeously placed. True shot barrage is going to roughen them up, and BDD has another charge available. Gio needs to be careful as Peter looking for an angle. Takes up the turret momentarily. They're going to take this one down, and BDD is going to look for the charm. Was actually expecting Gio to try and escape, and instead, Gio just kills him. And now Perfect is trying to slice his way out of the way of the bear, and the Annie doesn't have the mobility to chase after him. They take down the mid-outer turret, and KT move towards a gold lead for the first time in this game.
He got an extra charge there on the inner. BDD, you can't blame him for predicting the shift there. I think it was a wise little charm angle, but anyways, still, Gio outplays him there, is really patient, takes him out, so that's a kill over to Notion, but we need to really see what happened here, because the game was so late. There's just 3 here for Notion. Gio isn't there, the paranoia goes down, and Peter once again, when the lights are off, man, he gets in there, and BDD is just able to chase, gets the reset. Then looks for this play on the Gio. I don't know if we'll watch it, but...
Oh yeah, there we are. We skip
So predicting the shift there, and predicting the movement, really, I don't know if that's... The angle he took actually, what I think was a bit short for a shift predict, but either way, predicting doesn't get the kill, ends up dying himself, but now there's leads everywhere except the top lane. Kingen is now the only person in this game who, for Notion, has a significant lead, and against BDD here won't have the same side pressure he had into the Renekton as Gideon's coming up for a play, but KT are matching.
Yeah, they're going to get here, and the paranoia is going to start this one off. The slicing Maelstrom goes down, but he's taking the turret, and he just gets wiped out. Gideon puts up the shield as Calyx, he can't get in, and they've singled out the jungler. BDD gets it. Another reset to come in here as he dives after Lance, who's pesky Spiderlings. So yet another charm, and they do make their way out, but 2 already dead, and Noxshim are crumbling once again after a great early game here in game 3.
Perfect is just chilling in the bottom lane. They make the play topside there, where they have their strong point, where they have the cannon, but KT were ready for them. It feels like they've just read Noxshim like a book in all these scenarios across all 3 games, and yes, the Renekton is practically worthless in this game, but he's now starting to get farmed. Now he's putting a dent in that gold lead that Kingen had because he's left alone here while KT win topside and get a free turret bottom side. So farm here lost in the mid lane nearly, but it's a cannon wave. And I thought we had a series. I saw it on my hands, Atlas.
Yeah, it was kind of written, and now it's just rubbed off. You know, it's like you got a tattoo, and unfortunately,
it was a henna.
It was a fake tattoo.
It was a henna. Henna's not even playing in the LCK anymore.
Yeah, it's really sad actually. That being said, I'm glad he's still playing somewhere.
Yeah, no, I love that.
Our bro boys need to make sure that they just keep playing forever no matter what they're doing. They're just the best vibes outside of Peter, who's the best vibes. BDD now potentially in trouble as Spirit Rush, one heck of a button, and he presses that, and now he's going to look to try and turn it here on the Gideon. Takes a bit of true damage there from the Orb of Deception as well, as Duckdom looking to chase after them.
Let's just ult on Dragon to make it so they can't actually follow up on BDD.
Yeah, what a pro! Well, and also Noxshim are obviously preparing for an engage. Speaking of engage, Peter finds the angle, gets the double charm, Gideon flashes away, and this Peter guy is a bit of a surgeon on the Rakan today, as Perfect goes in. Kingen still very strong though, as we mentioned before, the teleport going to come down. Strikebreaker going to help hold the cannon in position. Flashes traded, and the slice gets him out.
I mean, it's not AP cannon, so you can trade ults like this and actually feel pretty good about it, because the ultimate for Noxshim's team fighting is actually pretty important, and they got the teleport out of Calyx for this, so it feels like a big win for Perfect here. He doesn't actually end up living, has to flash away, but it's between flashes as well. And I mean, it's the confidence on KT. Like, Peter's having his delight arc almost, it feels like I'm watching right now.
No, it's actually kind of ridiculous. Having a look here, and the paranoia and the fact that the Nocturne is just like, doesn't even really need to be there, to be perfectly honest. The play afterwards, in fact, he pressed the button and then didn't actually show up.
He wasn't even anywhere near. And then, so after that, Perfect gets the turret bottom side. Lehens, are you hiding for them or are they hiding for you?
Oh dear, well, the Spider's gonna go up and then comes down again. And now the paranoia comes out yet again. Gideon trying to find a target here, but they've already lost one. And look at these health bars melt. Cull's looking to try and get out of there. Gideon's baited forward because he just wants anything. And he will be denied. Perfect will get taken down as Jiu able to find yet another missing shot. What was that arcade shift? That was insanity. The charm hits and he is cut down where he stands. The ace comes in as Dom locks up a triple. He's 5-0-4, undying in this game as Desire, and they'll take an Otacon and then whatever the heck else they...
I guess the summer of KT came a little bit early this season, Atlas. We don't have summer season anymore, but we're still at the halfway point. We haven't started rounds 3 yet. They made it to the Legend group, but this team is on fire. I thought for sure with the leads that Nocturne had early, I thought for sure with Perfect's deficit, that at worst case scenario, if KT had the miracle comeback, at least it wasn't going to be a one-sided game. But in fact, it looks like we might just have 3 one-sided 3-0 here for KT. Because look at this fight here. It's a desperate start on the Otacon as Lehens is getting caught here, trying to catch anyone who follows up, trying to come in to stop the Otacon take, and KT just come in here and dismantle, and BDD gets Reset City. And unfortunately for Jiwoo here, yes, he gets a kill back, but he won't be able to stop the inevitable. Tries for it.
That arcade shift was absolutely insane.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he was probably dead regardless. I think BDD had a charge or 2 left, but still.
That's the desperation I was talking about earlier. You could feel it in Nocturne's play.
All right, Calyx, rotating over, and BDD comes in. The paranoia goes down as well as he gets over the wall, does BDD. And Strikebreaker's in for Cuz. They'll find the charm on everyone because Peter's able to lock them all down. He won't be able to escape this time, and Jiu does create some distance. Featherstorm used mainly defensively, but Perfect gets in there. Calyx goes down. Jiu now trying to kite as best he can, and King not going to be doing anything here. Lehens finally shows up, gets a cocoon onto BDD, who gets over and looks for Jiu. Jiu gets the shutdown, and now Perfect is just going to cut him down. And so it was almost a bit of an angle for Nocturne, but then they find everyone dead, and KT will be able to lock the rest up. Tom just got out of the fight at the very end as well, and is now pushing the lane.
Where we going?
I mean, to try to put this into narrative, right, where we started this day off today with being like, all right, well, KT are on this insane tear. Momentum could not be higher, right? Which makes you worried if you're a KT fan. And Nocturne fighting to earn their spot in 4th, look for a revenge opportunity against T1, look to make an opportunity at MSI, just get stopped by this brick wall that is KT, the steamroller that is KT in this 3rd game. We like the draft, we like the angles. They got a huge lead in the top lane. And KT just outplayed them in team fights. KT, with this roster that was built halfway through the season, solidified halfway through the season, the Perfect was being subbed out for casting. We had Pada playing here.
Yeah.
We had Wei at the very beginning of the year. And it all's just coming together at the best possible time. As a former KT player, Lehens here is getting absolutely obliterated by Peter. The support gap feels pretty huge here. That's not something I thought I was really going to be saying coming into this series. We know that Peter's been in pretty good form recently, but BDD unstoppable.
BDD has just been ridiculous.
And I feel like I have to, if they close this game out, which by the way, with a 6,000 goldie, 22 kills to 10, I would expect them to do. I think I still have to give palm to BDD, even though Peter's had an amazing game 3 here. He had a great Alistair game earlier.
I think just Dogtown's also had one of the best series of his career as well.
Yeah, how could he beat this team when they played this well? Like, they're playing perfectly.
Yep. Speaking of Perfect, he's going to dive in on top of Gideon, and I don't think Gideon's going to be going anywhere. Finally, the Nocturne shows up as Jiu puts the arcade shift on cooldown. He does get feared, Cuz taking some damage, but he just walks his way out. The footwork here from Jiu is actually working, but unfortunately he does not have a team anywhere else on the map. And now they're going to close in on him. The flash forward from Perfect, and does get the stun. They get the knock up, and there is another ace for KT. This time it's clean, and this time I think it's just stamped themselves a ticket to Busan.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wait for this wave, which will buy some time here, but it's gonna be Pantheon and Elise that come up first here, and this team with KT Roaster is just so fed. They just don't care. They're looking to go in, take this inhibitor out, and fish for a pick. Lens, what can you do alone? 4 levels down on Peter in this game, 6 deaths on the Elise.
Oh, it's
clear the wave.
ridiculous. They are just going to try and clear the wave as best they can. This one last minion is going to be coming through, but now Lens doing some funny business. You walking out to the base gates, okay. The health bars are somewhat low. And let's see whether Nongshim can find the angle. The flash Tibbers is going to have to be insane, but he doesn't even have flash. Gideon comes in with the Grand Starfall. And there is a paranoia turn. Nongshim had to go for something, but I don't know whether this is going to work. As they take down the Pantheon immediately, and BDD is looking for another charm. Onto Lahan's back over the wall. They find another one, of course. Peter goes in there to throw himself away. The Tibbers comes on down and doing a fair bit of damage as now Cuz able to get the spell shield, and Doctom has singled out Jiu and will be able to pull back the feathers, but Jiu does get himself out of the way. Not quite enough there, as Jiu will survive, and now looking for some mystic shots towards Perfect. He has about 1.5 health.
Yeah, Doctom's rip-off wasn't quite enough to kill him, but I don't think he can be relevant in this fight anymore. Is King in?
Oh dear, gets the control ward in. And so Perfect is going to just walk away.
And the hull breaker cannon really isn't in a side lane hull breaking right now. Unfortunately, just doesn't have the damage to look for anything there on to Perfect. That's going to be sole point here for KT.
Barrage picks the gap. Nice 6 points.
Now, the only thing more miraculous than KT's big comeback in this game, I feel like, would be coming back from here.
There we go.
9,000 gold behind. They survive. They keep the base alive. They stop they get the teleport flank. They don't get the kills, but they stop the push. They save themselves. They don't stop the dragon. They don't have Baron vision, but hanging on by a thread of a thread that KT have a nice, very firmly pressed against right now. I mean, to see a comeback here would be absolutely insane.
We've got multiple people in the bottom lane with Baron alive.
No.
I've read in the textbook that is generally not a good thing, as BDD senses that there's someone here, and Gideon just wanted to do some alcove gaming. In goes Cuz, they are going to kill the Pantheon. He does dive on top of BDD, but
he didn't have ult.
Die.
Just 10 seconds away, I think his game plan was to hide and try to ult for the steal, and then look for the 3-man to push for an inhib. Like, that was the plan.
You get to steal, the rest of them are on the bottom side of the map, taking an inner.
Exactly, but now it's just going to be defensive Baron minions that help defend this push. They do get the bounty on this inner, but that's all they're going to get. Gio looks for it.
Yeah, True Barrage is just going to help them. And so Cuz and Doctom will be able to take this one down. Level 16 for Cuz as well, my god.
You can't fault Gideon for that.
No, you can't.
The best angle, like, if they push 3, they get the steal, they get the inhib, then maybe they buy themselves some time in this game, but it just doesn't work. They get caught, they get called out. They were looking for him. They're like, where is he? I don't see where he is on the map. 3 people pushing. I don't think he's down there. We're doing Baron. He's got to be looking for the steal. KT just will not be caught off guard by any of Nongshim's plans or shenanigans.
Yeah, it's the fact that they went to check, right? It's the good play. It's not necessarily like Gideon making the wrong move, right? Because it's about desperation at this point. They are so far behind. It's 8,000 gold. KT are just cruising their way towards the 3-0.
They're just like, no miracles allowed, you know? I'm just not going to let anything go wrong.
This is unprecedented amounts of good play from KT in one period of time.
That reminds me of 2023, where they were the first seed.
Yep. And so they are going to be heading, most likely, to Busan. We'll see if it's on the back of Peter's play here as, yeah, the Elise goes up and does get taken out once again. Perfect, going to be able to lock that one up, but it is just a kill on the Elise for now. There might be another fight in Nongshim. 25 seconds until Lahan's is back up yet again. 1-8 though on the Elise. BDD just putting together his forbidden book. And yep, in they go once again. BDD turns back up again with that new thing bought from the library. And Tibbers is going to go down as an afterthought. Gideon also falling. And Kingen, yeah, he built a rage blade, but that's mainly because of his feelings, ladies and gentlemen. Nexus turret number 2 going to be taken out, and KT back-to-back clean sweeps to bring them to a telecom war in Busan.
6-0. And I didn't think it could get more one-sided than what happened yesterday. They had no rest time practically. I mean, had to go home, prep as quickly as they can for the Nongshim series. Nongshim got to watch all of yesterday, all of the game plans from KT, and still couldn't make a dent in this team. as KT Rolster just looked invincible in this series, in this third game where it looked like Nongshim had such a huge lead. The game wasn't over. It wasn't like, okay, it's set in stone. But the fact that Perfect was that far down, and that's what I wanted to see. He's looking for that T1 finger. Oh man,
I honestly, like, I'm gonna be asked in the coming week, like, what's your prediction, T1 versus KT? And I'm starting to not really understand what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I was thinking about it after game 1. I was like, what if they have 2 more games like this? It's got all the Digimon.
That's why we see so many Digimon in the audience when BDD is playing, and I'm glad that we've got you here who actually understands a bit of it as Doc. Phenomenal series today, honestly, no notes.
I think KT really, the identity for me in these 6 games is they will punish you. You think you have a lead, you think you have that bottom side push, you think you have that anchor on the map, and cause of BDD say no, cause ults in. Perfect Ruin drops so many waves, so much farm, try to just be a CC button. Just be a body, a warm body in the team fight, so BDD can come in and hit those charms, so Peter can come and hit those charms. If you trust that your support's gonna get it done, that your mid laner's gonna get it done in that Hail Mary defense of the bottom lane, and they just do everything right perfectly, then you can make those plays, but it only works if you trust that your team is gonna get it done. And there's just this insane momentum that KT have right now. There's no nerves, it's only clutch, which is so insane to see. Is Agumons galore here.
Yeah. Oh, can we actually take the peek it down?
She did it with her hand.
Hey, she's done it.
T1 left, and then maybe Genji or Hanwha. I mean, it starts to feel like it's not just a pipe dream that KT Rolster could be an MSI representative. I'm not trying to call it early, but when you watch how they play here,
I mean, if they play like this again, the best part about it is, result or no result, it just makes Busan so incredibly hype. Every matchup is feeling incredibly intense. Hamalife Esports versus Genji. Genji undefeated in the regular season, but this is best of 5s now. And the Telecom War, it sometimes disappoints, but not often, especially not when the stakes are high like they are right now.
When you watch this fight here, this is the kind of fight I'm talking about where you really have to have, and again, they don't win this. Well, you have to have such insane trust.
Oh yeah.
And you can't shortfall that. Everybody just has to know that. And you know this. Like, that's what makes a great team, a great 5-man unit, that we don't have to explain the moments. They just come naturally. And you watch these plays from KT and you're like, wow, they can punish anyone. They can win in almost any game state. That's horrifying. That means they could win against Genji, against a massive Genji lead if they play like this. They almost beat Genji in regular season. They were super close.
And I feel like they have definitely leveled up to another level. We haven't seen Genji for quite some time, so we don't know how they are faring, but I imagine things are feeling pretty good in their camp at the same time. The competition gets much more difficult for KT and for the rest of, the LCK and the road to MSI now.
Regardless of whether you predict them against T1 or not, regardless of whether you think they could beat either Hanwha or Genji, it's way more interesting than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, we had the clear top 3 scenario, and we were wondering, what the other team was going to come in, and it was going to be Goofy and Hee, and then they'll lose on Saturday. But that is not what I'm expecting here anymore, because this run from KT has been absolutely insane. And we know that teams play off momentum so effectively in these gauntlet runs. And I don't think very much could bring KT down now.
They're just climbing the ladder. They were in 6th, unless that perfect tiebreaker scenario happens, they win that, they get legend. Then they climb the ladder over D+ more directly, more cleanly. Yesterday, 3-0 them. They look at Nongshim as just one more rung, and it's the perfect finger meme kind of thing going on where it feels like they could just climb over T1 as well in Busan if they play like this. I think for T1, you were probably going into Busan thinking, I've got to really be honing in on Genji, Hanwha. I'm really looking forward to that series. I want to see who gets that first seed, look at what the abuse was of the weaknesses of the team that loses, and focus on that, because the Nongshim/KT/D+ series felt like it was going to be a shoo-in. But now, you're starting to feel a little bit nervous about coming up against this guy, because BDD's form right now versus Faker, he is looking like by far the better mid laner right now. We'll see what Faker's form is in Busan, but this is a scary player to face right now.
And so now, Because like what I need to see is BDD versus Chovy, especially after Cloud Templar's comment yesterday, where he said that this was like one of the greatest mid lane performances of all time. Well, I mean, we could remind him of Chovy decimating BDD in one of the most dominant mid lane performances of all time. And so maybe some revenge, maybe we could see whether that has perhaps changed. That will take a few things to happen. Hanwha would have to win, and then KT would have to win the Delta to bring us to that final. As Linkus and Sajik are going to be actually on the space, hanging out, giving their opinions on the LCK and what they're going to be fighting for and who they want to face, things like that.
There they are. Fun. We also have a full team interview with KT Rolster as well, so it's going to be a lot of really cool content for you guys, because today was a little bit on the shorter side again here. KT are just speed running this road to MSI.
Yeah, we might actually have the longest episode of the Pox Day prepared for you as well, because we've got loads of extra time now and we're going to be recording it afterwards. So yeah, I think it's, you know, it's kind of okay that it was a quick day, but a little bit sad for the Nongshim fans because that wasn't the greatest. But I believe we are heading towards the interview very, very soon. Just going to have to wait for all of the KT players to get in line, get in order, so we can have a chat about this run. They've now got 4 days as well to prepare for their next match. 5 days, I guess, technically. If you take
4 days until the travel day,
Yep. So I'm looking forward to seeing what KT are actually going to say, because I imagine that they are going to be confident, but these first 2 matches are not going to be the same as what they're going to be experiencing in Busan over there.
I'm just excited to have a new player in our top from the LCK. Like, we have this whole new team that we don't know what the ceiling is, because I thought I saw it yesterday, and I was like, I'm not excited. I mean, you know, T+ made some errors. Similar story here with Nongshim.